Look at that. We're live.
Again.
Like we are every week. Again. We're back. We have our brain cell with us tonight. Welcome back, Blair. So I know the timing of this is going to be a little weird because we record like a week offset of when things are uploaded, but we hit affiliate on Twitch, and as of this moment, we have, I think, 8 subscribers, so we got that in 24 hours, so that was pretty sweet. One of them is a tier 2, killing it, which means our dice bag giveaway has officially started. I'm not going to say a number on how many are still left right now, because by the time this streams, who knows what that'll be. But yeah, we've got 25 to give away. If you're in the US and Canada and you sub and you want one of them, just I'll contact you on Twitch after that happens. So anyway, I'm fucking excited because I've been working my ass off for this over the last 2 months, and yeah, first big goal out of the way. Also, just wanted to say, if you don't feel like subbing and paying a monthly thing, if you just want to do a little one-time donation, you can do so on ko-fi.com, ko-fi.com/rathmoregames. And you don't even need to make an account, which is awesome. You could just do a little donation, and pretty soon I'll have it set up kind of like Patreon tiered memberships and stuff like that. So if you want to do that, that'd be awesome. But aside from that, we're all here. We're ready to go. And let me get my music started. And see what the fuck happens, I guess.
Welcome to the Rolling 20's. Hope you survive the experience.
I hope you guys survive the experience. You all on the screen with me right here. So anyway, last time,
some close cases.
What happened was some drunk bar talk for a while. Derek is telepathic, I guess.
Apparently.
Not aware of it. People are confused by this. Theron, you missed some stuff. Quilly got shit on by a bird. Highlight for me. Milo, after paying his debt off, went and met with a certain individual named Phaedre from his past, and now seems to be contemplating a robbery unbeknownst to everyone else in the party. Everyone then went to go harass Lila at her place of work, and have a very long therapy session discussing what she saw about all of them. And that was a thing. Theron did elf stuff, whatever that means. Derek, Volkar, Quilly, and Caelus now want to find, capture, interrogate, and murder a halfling named Coulson. And Volkar and Caelus are planning to go assault a Goliath in a mutual dirt pit fight. And Caelus decided to take everyone to a very fancy high-end brothel to recruit former ladies there who he knows from his past to be cheerleaders for the events at the crusty, run-down dirt pits underground fighting event.
Caelus, you dog.
And he got a 25 on his check, and that was the DC, and he succeeded. So...
You ain't got paid and already went to Vegas, huh?
Wowie. Yeah, I think that's most of the big stuff. Yeah. I was not ready for that ending. I don't think any of us were ready for that ending. No. It was very shocking. So, where we begin is, I guess first question is, what's Theron been up to? Because it's been like, it's like the next day since we last heard from Theron, and it's like, I guess early evening at this point, so.
He was probably at the reserve the entire time, just resting. And if he had to go with anybody, he's probably gonna go see this fight with Volkar and Caelus just to see how it goes down.
Okay.
He wouldn't participate, but he would definitely go there to make sure that everyone's okay.
Theron's the definition of let's see what these idiots are up to.
He's the definition of have friends that will do things that I won't, so I can see what happens with them.
Yep, exactly.
It's like, look at those idiots. Oh, those are my idiots.
Yep. God, I really hope someone's looking after these idiots. Oh, wait, that's my job.
That's me. That's me.
So,
you knew what you were getting into when you signed up for this party.
Let's pick up with 8 p.m. or so. You have all gathered, except maybe Milo. I'll let you tell that to me, as you might have other plans at 10 p.m. this night. So, I don't know. Are you there with them? Are you going to the pit fight, or have you made yourself scarce already?
I was gonna go to the pit fight and then, like, leave while they were distracted or something along those lines. Is that, if that's possible?
I think it's very possible, knowing Milo, so that's fine. And you would have enough time to go there and then sneak away and get to.
Yeah, that was really the only issue. I was like, I wonder how far it is, because, like, you know, yeah. Yeah,
as long as it'll probably take you like an hour to get from the pit to where you need to meet up at, so, you know, if you get to the pit at 8 o'clock, you still have an hour to escape from there, essentially, and comfortably arrive on time. So
yeah, I'll be with them.
Okay. So the whole party has gone together to the western part of the city, over to the pits, which is, again, it's just an underground fighting ring. It is pretty open air. It's calling it a building is kind of but there is the central pit itself, which is pretty much just a mud pit that is about 50 feet across, circular. It's actually lowered about 10 feet below ground level. Surrounding it are large raised stone, pretty much bleachers, and then those are the lowest ones of those are about 10 feet above the ground, so everyone just kind of mills about underneath them. And there are these large arcane lights that are made to look kind of like giant torches that illuminate the pit itself and the bleachers. You see there's 2 long tables set up outside the pit, across from each other. There's 2 individuals at each of them. As you're approaching, there is already some noise from within, some excitement. Seems that there is actively a fight happening. There's actually probably like 250 people here gathered around. Some are spilling out into the streets. Some look a little bit shady, but as you approach, at least, no one seems too interested in you. Hang on, let me resize RPG sounds. It decided to go full screen. Over toward what you can imagine to be the entrance is a little booth with a window set up. There's a few handwritten signs that say no gambling allowed that are kind of posted around. You kind of get the sensation that they're probably more of a suggestion than a hard rule, looking at the place.
Definitely.
Standing next to the booth is a massive female ogre who is just kind of leaning on this big-ass 2-handed mace that has spikes on the end of it that are kind of dug into the ground right now. She looks like she's half asleep, not really paying much attention at the moment. And next to the window is a little sign that says entry fee 1 gold, and there's a bored-looking young human male behind the window right now who is, you see, taking entry payment from other people and stamping them on the back of the hands, and people are doing their thing, like everyone's favorite shitty venue.
Hey, lad, how much to fight?
He just, like, rolls his eyes so hard. There's no fee tonight. Alright, it's just 1 to get in. If you want to fight, you fight. I don't know. They're changing everything.
What are the odds on the big guy?
Can you read? No gambling allowed.
I gave him like that incredulous look, like, really? Come on.
Are you gonna pay the gold? Alright, next.
I pay 6 gold just for it so that we all get in.
Okay, he takes it, he just kind of like shoves it off the table. You imagine there's some kind of bin that it just collects and down there, you just hear it clink. Alright, give me your hands. And he just stamps. It's actually just like a shitty looking, like, what would essentially be a representation of a gold coin, just in black, just on the back of everyone's hands.
Like it's going to Astro World.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, don't let that get washed off or anything, or they'll kick you out. You want to fight? Then put your name down here. There's a fight going on right now. There's going to be a break afterward. Yeah, you'd actually be next in line. So.
Is it 1-on-2 or just 1-on-1s?
This is 1-on-1.
Right,
You want to take him first?
Be my guest.
No, I asked you a question. Do you want to take him first?
I want to kick his ass.
Sure. You know what? The girls will wait for me then, I guess.
You want? Oh, by the way, you're paying for them to get in.
Oh, that's fair. It's only four gold, so
I put my name, then I put Caelus's name on down after me.
All right, cool. He kind of like pulls it away as you like.
Name down.
Yeah, just scratch that last one off. Yeah.
Which he does without a question. Doesn't care. Pulls it and like as his bag, he goes, "Yeah, next."
Okay. Little backtrack. On the way over there, I was gonna go talk to Caelus real quick.
I mean, you can still like.
Yeah, I would say you're gonna have some time now. So.
There's a fight going on right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess you just pull me aside, huh?
Yeah, pull me aside, make sure
Okay.
no one's listening.
Yeah.
Okay, Caelus, I have a proposition for you. If my calculation's correct, if you win, you'll have 100 gold left over.
Uh-huh. That's correct.
Okay. Okay, so if you'll give me that 100 gold, I can help you during your fight. And no one can notice it.
And no one can notice. Isn't that a bit cheaty, you know? It's a
I
bit
know, but
underhanded.
I was surprised that you actually convinced those ladies to cheerlead for you. And I would hate to see you embarrassed.
Embarrass myself. That's understandable. And I'll kind of put a hand on Derek's shoulder. But I don't think I'm getting out of here a loser. So I'll be honest. I think I'm all right. But thank you for the suggestion. I will take it into account. And you know what? Maybe next time, but not tonight. Not tonight.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I think I have a bit too big of an ego to you know, maybe accept that.
Okay.
Now Derek's gonna
it's
make
all
you
on me
lose.
tonight.
Gonna get
He
his
won't
ass
know.
kicked.
He won't know. Oh man.
He said 45 to 1.
But here's the. How about this?
Against
I
Caelus.
will. If I win,
Mhm.
I will treat everybody out to a night with my winnings. Night on the town, let's say.
That sounds fair. Okay.
Fair?
Also,
Okay.
I want to test something real quick.
Test
Just
what?
Give me. And you hear in your head. Can you hear me?
What did you just do?
I don't know.
I kind of say that out loud, by the way.
Okay, early today, I was thinking some thoughts. More specifically, when I went to go talk to Lila.
Well, they weren't
She
dirty
hurt-
thoughts, were they?
No.
Oh, okay.
I
Good.
kind of wish I could do pull-ups with one hand.
Oh.
And she knew what I. No. She was doing pull-ups with one hand. I
Oh,
can't
she
do that.
was.
Look,
Okay.
yeah, look at these
Yeah.
arms. These arms
Yeah, you
can't
know,
do-
I mean, to be honest, you could do a bit more push-ups, to be fair. But, yeah.
Anyways. So. I think I can talk to people in their heads.
Okay, okay, wait, hold on. What am I thinking?
can't read your mind. Or maybe I can. Hang on, just think something. And without really Derek noticing, he casts Detect Thoughts on Caelus.
Oh yeah. And in my head is just a picture of Penny naked.
Penny? Which one's Penny?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
So you just basically see a picture of a half-orc lady, very, very attractive half-orc lady. Just in my head.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. So, what was that?
You were
Derek,
imagining...
you notice a bit off behind Caelus, kind of approaching the group, is in fact the same woman who you did just see nude in Caelus's head, approaching with two others, in fact, who you would recognize from having seen at Sultry Whispers not that long ago. And
yeah.
she's about 6 foot. She's got very dark green skin, kind of black freckles across her cheeks, and her kind of like slightly beaked nose. Dark brown hair that's chin length and kind of has like nice curls on either side to frame her face. These like bright violet eyes, matching lipstick, short, well-trimmed tusks, and at the moment she is wearing a...
Nothing at all in my head, though.
Nothing at all. This immaculately clean silver dress that kind of flares out towards the wrists, and otherwise is quite tight overall. And she's still a little bit away, but she's very clearly approaching the Caelus who stands out among this crowd.
Okay. Okay, well, first of all, you're imagining that half-orc lady over there.
Which is here.
The nude. Yeah.
No, shut. And I'll kind of like turn around.
Lady!
and I'll kind of like just...
I'll switch my tech thoughts to Penny. Just...
Oh, shit. Okay.
It's Trevor's thoughts, they can't tell.
Yeah. She's essentially thinking how strange this request is. This overall, and just she's a little bit amused at the state of things around here, and a little bit excited to see Caelus.
Okay.
And Caelus, as you turn...
Can I make the rounds on all four, on the other three too?
There's only 2 others right now. It's actually the Wood Elf and the Human. Yeah, the Wood Elf is... She's a little bit harsher in her opinions of this place, to say the least. She's a little bit displeased with everything at the moment, but she's still smiling enough to pass off that she's not having these thoughts. The Human is actually at the moment completely distracted by something that she apparently must have just seen recently, which involved someone trying to pickpocket someone else and just getting absolutely wrecked, thrown down some of the bleachers.
Sounds like Milo.
And she seems actually pretty entertained by all of by the thought of that. So,
okay. Well, I haven't thought of pickpocketing. I just keep my hand on my coin purse.
Noted. And Caelus, as you turn and see Penelope, she smiles a little bit and waves at you.
I kind of give her a little wave as ladies.
They kind of smile and nod at you. Caelus, can we have a word alone? It wasn't a
by
question.
all means, and I'll kind of like push Derek out the way.
And she
no, I'm switching back to Caelus so I can listen in on it. Oh, his thoughts at least.
So, Griffin's Bane.
Oh, not
ready?
this. Not. Oh, okay.
You know what you paid for.
Perfect. This is gonna be one hell of a night.
I must say, I hear there's going to be a break after this fight. Do you know who I expect to see in that pit right out of that break? Because I have something planned.
Okay, you have to talk to me like I'm slightly tense.
Yes, I'm aware.
I'm not following.
This fight is going to be over very soon. There is a very large Goliath in there who has been having his way this evening. This is his 4th fight. Doesn't look like he's fought once.
Okay.
And after the break, you're getting in that pit. Because during the break, you're gonna get what you paid for. Limber up. She kind of pats you on the cheek a little bit. Turns.
What?
Flashes a smile at the rest of the group and just starts sauntering off.
Okay, so
I turn back to the group with the dumbest fucking. I turn to the group with the dumbest grin on my face you've ever seen. Like, to be honest, I have no idea what I paid for. I'm gonna be perfectly honest.
All right.
But I'm excited to find out.
What's he thinking? What's going through his head right
thinking,
now?
what the fuck just happened? Because he's like, I'm so lost. What did I pay for? I thought this. In his head, he's like, I thought this was a cheerleading thing. What's gonna happen at the break? Okay, and then it just like fades away.
And you hear in your head, "Are you sure you don't want my help?"
I look at him. I look at Derek. And I'm like, you get out of my head and you shut up.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Okay. Well, I think first is Volkar, so I'm gonna go try to find a nice spot to view his fight.
Okay. So what's everyone else doing? Are you heading in up to the bleachers? Get a look at what's going on?
I want to try to be like a coach to Volkar, so I'm gonna be like rubbing his shoulders and like hyping him up.
Because I'm so much taller than you.
I know, I'm like reaching up. I was like, you got this. You got this.
He's $1 million baby of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I was like, this guy's probably not gonna play fair, so you don't have to either.
I'm gonna kick sand in his eyes.
Do it.
So you all head in. Go ahead.
Derek saunters up to Volkar. Hey, Volkar, I have a proposition for you.
I'm listening.
Okay, so
I have
Okay, so I can cast spells without anyone noticing it. So I could support you, but you'll give me 200 gold if you win.
Little brother, that is without a doubt the most dishonorable thing I have ever heard you say. I now think less of you as a human being and as a person itself. If you don't get out of my sight within the next few moments, I will throw you into the ring and watch that Goliath beat the ever-living shit out of you and laugh the entire time.
Okay.
It's Derek's night.
Yeah, no.
Derek's like, fuck, tough crowd, man.
I'm a cleric of what god? The god of honorable combat.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, but Derek kind of forgot about that.
It happens.
Metal.
Theron, you notice as you're all kind of starting to head inside to the bleachers, you notice that Penelope takes a quick little stopover at the booth, says a few words, and then heads off on her way.
God, what has she done?
But that's it. That's all you see. It's just real quick. And heading inside, the crowd is super amped up right now. It is very, very loud. And as you kind of get your first glance into the pit over all the people, the Goliath is in there. He's about 7'5". He's actually pretty slim for a Goliath. He's kind of like, sort of like Lila's build, but as a Goliath, so a little bit bigger, but still very tall. He is just wearing some basic furs and wraps around his waist and his feet and his wrists actually, and he has, interestingly, you notice his back is to you all as you're entering. He has a large, vibrantly colored tattoo on his back of a broken vase with a wilting flower in it. And it's very strange to see that on a Goliath. But he is currently in the process of practically dismantling an angry-looking dwarf. The dwarf actually has 2 hand hammers, and is doing his best against the unarmored and unbothered Goliath, who is just slipping and ducking this barrage of attacks. The Goliath, you see, moves with these very strange, jerky motions that stop and start suddenly, almost with no, like, rhyme or reason. On one of the stops, the dwarf just stumbles backward, and the Goliath spins, delivering one quick, decisive elbow to the top of his head, and he just slams, like, clearly out before he hits the ground, just back first on it. The crowd starts going insane, and this is when you notice across the pit from you, sitting at one of the tables, is an obnoxiously bright red Aarakocra, who has some black patches across his face and his neck, wearing this super, also obnoxious, like, green, purple, and white robe that covers most of his body. And sitting next to him is a shirtless, half-orc male, muscular, looks like age might be starting to catch up a little bit to him in that regard. And the red Aarakocra actually stands up, almost knocking the table over, and it's at this moment you realize they have commentators or announcers, some combination of them. And as he stands up, he's just screaming this. "Oh, look at that! Down goes Mr. Grimm. I can't believe my eyes tonight. Deadly Friend has been on an absolute rampage. What do you think, Benny? Is he getting up?" Well, I do not believe Mr. Grimm has it in him to stand up right now, but, well, I do believe it looks like this fight is over. And you see 2 people rush down, jumping down into the pit and grab the dwarf, who is just completely limping out, and start dragging him away. The Goliath turns, you see, closes his eyes, lowers his head very slightly, and turns to start walking out of the pit. And it is all over! Torborg Deadly Friend with another devastating victory tonight, bringing him to 4 consecutive wins. He will be taking a 1-hour break before taking on his next opponent. If anyone out there is stupid enough to fight this unstoppable monster, you best get yourself signed up right away. See Gerard at the booth if you're insane enough to walk into this pit. I'm Benny, coming at you with the events of the evening, and we'll see you in 1 hour. And you see lots of excitement, some anger, some upset faces. You imagine people are probably gambling, even though they're not supposed to be. And the bleachers kind of start to empty out a little bit as the dwarf is brought out, and the Goliath just enters back into wherever the hell he's going back to, leaving you all with that display. So, what's your plan, knowing that you have 1 hour now until the next event?
Damn, that's what you guys. I'm speechless. You guys, good luck with that one.
When I was fighting those jerky movements, did any of us notice anything like odd about how he was moving? Or like, were there any tells, like a hitch in his form, something that like betrays like almost a weak spot? No idea. It is so hard to read anything that you just saw in those few seconds. And when he hit, it was very hard and enough to end the fight in one quick motion. So, hard to tell.
Does he have like a team or anything like people backing him, or does he look like he's a solo act?
You don't see anyone else there with him. So there's actually like 2 like open sides, like kind of, I guess, doorways on either side of the pit, and he has entered back into one, so he kind of disappeared back there. So might be some people back there. You didn't see any.
Clarification.
Yep.
When I talked with Penny,
Uh-huh.
Did she mention that after the break I should be in there? Like, she expected me to be in there first, like right after the break. Just clarification. No.
Maybe.
Didn't specify.
Maybe Caelus should be thinking about the conversation and not other things. Milo, are you still there? When are you sneaking away? Let me, I guess that's the question.
I think this would be a good time to leave.
Okay.
As
the
the crowd's
clearing out too.
Yeah, I'm kind of just gonna leave with the crowd.
Okay.
Kind of unannounced.
No one in the party has any distinct reason to be looking for Milo right now, and it is in a big, busy crowd. Milo, on his worst day, could avoid detection from any of your passive perceptions.
Yeah.
So, I will say, I will give this one to you. Milo can definitely get away in this. But the rest of you, what are your intentions? How do you plan to spend this break?
I'm gonna go talk to Volkar.
I'm talking to Quilly right now. All right, so I've got range on him, but he from what I was seeing, he's very close-up fighter. I think my best bet is to keep my distance. Stay out of his range. Hit him with some spells.
If you need it, I could have cure wounds prepped, and I could like have my hand stick out, and you could just tap.
Quilly,
If you need it.
I want you to know that you have now disappointed me in such an amazing way that I now truly think less of you as a human being. This is honorable combat.
Lily hears in her head. Yeah, you saw when he reacted to me, so I don't know what you were thinking.
There's no chance that this other guy's going to play fairly.
True, but if he does break the rules first, I will give you a sign.
Okay.
At which then you come in and we, beat the ever living shit out of him and his.
Sounds like a plan. I'm cool with that. Just give me a signal.
I'll walk up to Volkar. Hey, buddy, old pal. I was thinking.
The fuck did you just call me?
I said, buddy, old pal. I was thinking. How about after he comes out from his break, I'll take him on for you, and I'll kind of whittle him down a bit.
The girls think that you're going first, and you forgot to tell them that you're going second, isn't it?
Yes, they did. Yeah. Do it for me, please. I beg you.
Caelus, I want you to know that I now think less of you as a human being. You have truly disappointed me in such a way that I cannot unsee. The respect that I had gained for you over the last couple of days and weeks has now gone from here to here.
Friendship amulets not attuned anymore. I'm kidding.
Here's the thing. How is that at all dishonorable? I'm just asking if I could go ahead of you in the lineup.
No, not dishonorable.
You just think less of me as a human being.
I just think less of you as a man.
Oh. Well, that's okay. My offer still stands. May I take on the Goliath first out the gate after the break?
I'm gonna go talk to the little mean boy at the front and see if
I'll come with you. I'll come with you. Not that it matters anyway.
Let's go talk to the little mean boy.
Let's go talk to the mean boy.
As you get up, it actually looks like the window is closed at the moment. Seems that he's taking a break as well.
Bastard. Well.
All right. So, guess what?
Wait.
You're now Volkar. You have
this is not how this is
race
gonna work.
cord and all things. Come on, I'll put the tattoos on, and my eyes start sparking.
We are actually gonna figure out who's next, but we're gonna go talk to them, and I point to the commentators. We're gonna go talk to them, and we're gonna see who they have in the lineup first. So, and then we're gonna, have a little switcheroo if we have to. Well, come on, let's go. I'll start walking. Yeah, I'll start walking.
Easy enough to find them. They're both relatively near the table still, and one of them is very colorful. As you approach, they are definitely still mid-conversation about how fucking crazy this night has been. They don't notice you as you approach necessarily.
problem. Gentlemen, I would like to ask you a question.
So the half-orc turns and looks to you, kind of eyes you up and down. Yes, what might it be?
So here's the thing. Me and my friend here, we had a little mix-up as to deciding who was going to be first to challenge the Goliath out of the gate after the break. So I was wondering, who is next to the lineup?
Well, let's see. Are you Caelus?
I am, yes.
Yep, you're up first. No questions about it. See you back here in 45.
Oh shit. Okay. I'll look at Volkar. So I guess that was decided. Anyways.
Yeah.
Where I'm looking for for Penny.
Oh shit.
At the moment, you don't see her.
Well,
yeah, you don't see any of them actually.
Oh, they're good.
I
hope
going
you definitely got your money's worth.
Oh yeah, I think I got my money's worth. Yeah. Where's the elf? Where's the little brain cell? Where is he?
It was there.
We're still back at the raft with Quilly.
Can I? Okay. Well, I'm gonna go find Theron.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna saunter up.
So, hang on real quick. While they were going to talk to the announcers, Derek will meet two of them with Quilly and Theron. Okay, so guys, I think I'm telepathic now.
Oh?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
You haven't always been telepathic.
No, I haven't. This is new. It's kind of why you heard me say there's bird poop in your hair.
Oh, I thought you were just weirdly close to my ear.
No, and then you hear it and it said, I basically could talk to people in their heads now.
Oh, shite.
How'd you find out?
It was an accident, the morning, both Volkar and Caelus was reacting to my thoughts. And then there was Quilly. What caught me on was with Lila. Because I was making comments about doing pull-ups in my head, and she responded to them.
So other people can hear your thoughts sometimes?
Well, I think it's because I was
You were just
looking at that
unaware of
person.
it.
Yeah.
Maybe you can control.
Useful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then earlier I tried with Caelus, and
You know what you should do? You
read
should do it
people's thoughts a
to
bit.
the Goliath and mess with his head during the fight.
Well, obviously they didn't want help, so
Says they have to know.
no, I want to get paid for my help. I do this all the time with my friend.
True capitalist.
I do
Yeah,
this all the time.
caravan boy.
Altruism is dead.
Yeah.
I do this all the time with my friend Rowan back at the caravan. He get into fights. I suddenly help him out, and we split the winnings.
All this time, Volkar is now coaching Caelus. So you've got a lot of endurance. You're gonna have to wait him out. You're gonna wait him out as he comes. He's gonna get. What's called? You're not fast. You're gonna be. You're weighed down by all that armor. You gotta use that.
I'm decently quick.
Not against that.
I mean,
Yeah, I might take pity with this one.
What do you think I am? You think I'm stronger? I think I'm stronger.
I think that you have a very
I might take pity.
enduring feature, which means that you can outlast him. He's gonna get tired. You're just gonna keep taking those punches.
It's gonna be a war of attrition, huh? Okay.
Sure, let's go with that.
I'm boxing as if I'm gonna start punching.
Yeah, I love it. It's so good.
But I'm not immediately.
This man's your shadow boxing.
What you're gonna have to do is make him chase you. You're gonna kite him around the stadium. Keep him
like
fast,
a
keep
butterfly
him
sting
loose.
like a bee. I understand. Yeah.
Try not to die, please.
No, of course I won't. I'm only. No. Here's the thing. I'm gonna be well prepared.
Also, if shit gets in tough, pop the wings. It's a good surprise. Also, great for the crowd.
You are correct. Crowd is half the game.
It's also a good way to increase the distance away from the murderous Goliath.
I mean, presumably he can't fly.
You begin to hear some voices, some whistling, some other things coming from
Oh
in the
god.
stands around the pit.
Oh boy. This will be good.
And essentially, Penelope and the other three, who I guess I'll describe right now. The wood elf, her name is Micaiah, and she is about 5'7", yellow-brown skin, super long, hay blonde hair that's pulled into just one giant braid that runs down her back. The human, Margareta, is 5'3". She's super petite, pale skin, shaved sides and back of her head, like a shoulder length, also super blonde hair on the top that's pulled into a high ponytail. And then there's a silver dragonborn who is known as Natalia, and she's 6'1". She's quite large herself. Very elegant facial features, though a pretty strong jawline, these piercing golden eyes. She actually has 4 long horns that kind of come straight up off her head and then curve backward. She looks like she's potentially maybe stronger than Caelus, if not about the same. She's quite fit. And she has a super long thin tail that kind of forms like a webbed, almost like fin-like end. And Penelope, Micaiah, and Margareta are all wearing similar silver dresses, and Natalia, the Dragonborn, has a black one that actually is kind of long and trails behind her a bit. And all of them, despite actively being in like a dirty mud pit, still look completely clean. Immaculately so. One would probably suspect there's some magic at play. And what precedes is Caelus, as you would know. Penny has quite a lovely singing voice, and it's essentially a surprisingly complex, for you know how little time they had to prepare this. It's a performance where Penelope is mostly singing some very flattering things about Caelus, Griffin's Bane, Knights of the Order of the Platinum Dragon, going through some of your exploits, which don't sound real, but Caelus knows are in fact real things you have done. And including some poetic and subtle references to maybe parts of his biology typically hidden beneath armor. Just if you're clever, you might catch some of them. But mostly hyping up the story of Griffin's Bane. And the other three perform a winding kind of flowing dance around her, including some small arcane flourishes and flair to like change the color of the lighting and add additional ambient soundscapes and kind of amplify and affect Penelope's voice at certain times. And this is like a full like 20-minute performance, which means it ends about 10 minutes before you're supposed to be getting back in the ring. And at the end of it, Penelope catches you, Caelus, blows you a kiss, bows to everyone, and they dramatically find their way back into, quote, backstage. And at that moment, Milo, you have been doing your own thing. And you have found your way across the city. I guess not the entire city, but back to Momo's Toys, where you were supposed to meet. And you see Phaedra herself and a second figure, both out front. Phaedra is kind of crouched down in front of the building. You see she's kind of nervously playing with her messy fishtail braid at the moment. And Casey, welcome.
Shit!
What?
Once you find your way in Vorpal, I'll get you set up and I'll let you describe who else Milo is looking at.
Holy shit!
We do have Casey in the building.
We have our first guest.
Oh, right.
I'm
honored to be here.
We have our first guest. You guys will see Casey on other parts of the channel in the near future, so I'll save introductions for that. So, Casey, who else does Milo see hanging out front of Momo's Toys with Phaedre?
So you see a very blurry-eyed Kenku. Eyes are very bloodshot. He's wearing these kind of dark, ratty clothing. Lots of bandages hanging loosely, especially around his arms. Looks almost half asleep while standing, just swaying slightly back and forth. Large parts of feathers have actually been, looks like, torn out of his, especially arms, giving him kind of a ratty look.
Okay. And as the two of you are hanging out front in the alleyway, Phaedre notices you, Milo. She kind of perks up a little bit and smiles at you. Hi there, friend. I see you decided to join. I've got something for you. She winks at you and throws you a pouch, in fact containing 150 platinum as agreed upon.
Thank you. What are we doing today?
Well, this is Clink. He's a good friend of mine. He's the one who got the information I gave to you yesterday, and I'm afraid, at least for a little bit, we're going to be following his lead. So, this is Milo, this is Clink. No time for introductions, let's get to it. And she turns, pulls the door open to the small, shoddy, old-looking shop, and steps inside. And the interior of this place is very much a toy store. There is a super disgruntled-looking, ancient old gnome woman sitting behind the counter. She has these giant glasses, way too big for her face. This crazy, frizzy tuft of white hair that just kind of poofs off the back of her head. And she is actually wearing these pink slippers and, like, pajama-like robes at the moment, and is just kind of sitting there just tinkering with something. And she looks up, doesn't really say anything, and goes back to her business as the three of you enter. Phaedre kind of glances over at Clink for a moment.
Clink kind of just pauses a moment, staring vacantly at Momo here, before kind of jumping a little bit, stepping forward and patting his clothing, looking for something. It takes a bit too long, but eventually pulls out a piece of paper, looks like it's been folded up maybe 1,000 times, and starts the arduous process of just unfolding it again and again and again. Looks like it's actually been dropped in the mud at one point, and it's kind of soaked and dirty. Kind of slowly squints at it, reads it, and then just, do you have any frog trinkets?
And, Momo, as you would expect her to be, doesn't even look up, kind of points over at one of the shelves.
Okay, walks over. It smells like, reads the paper again, pepper in here. Peruses the trinkets for about 15 seconds before once again patting his clothing and reaching into a pocket and pulls out a gold coin, walks over to the counter and just sets it down.
Okay. She reaches her little ancient gnome hand over, grabs it, and just slowly drags it back across the table to herself. Looks at you very briefly.
Goes back to the piece of paper, looks down at his legs and looks confused, looks back to the piece of paper before turning and walking over to, you said Milo's here, correct?
Yep.
Can you adjust your left boot for me? I don't wear boots.
Sure. And I just adjust my left boot, I guess.
Okay.
Well, I think I found what I'm looking for.
See her hand disappears under the desk, or the counter quickly. You hear a little... And part of the back wall just starts to slide open, revealing a dimly lit staircase descending down into the darkness. She slowly slides over a piece of paper on it that just says the word right, as in the direction.
Well, okay then, off we go.
Phaedra looks at Milo.
Here we go.
See? I told you. It's gonna be fine.
I'm a little surprised that worked, but happy.
Alright, don't get too happy yet. We still got a job to do. Let's go. And she heads down. As she gets about 10 feet down the stairs, she takes out a torch and lights it because it is very dark down there. And you essentially are entering into what is a series of underground tunnels. They look like they have been intentionally carved and placed here. They are actually fairly wide. You see right at the bottom of the steps, it branches off left, right, and then straight in front of you. And Clink, you see, in fact, to the right side, some of the symbols that you were shown recently, and I assume probably have written down on your piece of paper to help guide you. And Milo, as you look around, you see little symbols carved into the stone around here in the tunnels that you recognize as what is known as Thieves' Cant, which is a language of symbols, you know, utilized to pass information secretly. And Clink begins leading the two of you down these tunnels. And you have anything to say, any questions to ask, any conversation? There's going to be a little bit of travel time that, yeah, but,
no, I'm just going to keep it a little awkward silence if someone else brings something up, but Milo's going to be a little quiet.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. After probably 30 minutes or so of walking, following directions, there's one moment where Clink definitely makes a mistake, and you guys have to turn around, and then he's very sure this is the right one this time. Eventually, you arrive at your destination, which it's just a wall, just part of the wall in the tunnel there. There's no obvious landmarks or anything here, but Clink, you see the symbol that you were told would mark it.
I think we're here, but I don't understand. Did I read it wrong?
What exactly were you told? You told this is going to be an entrance, right?
I was told to follow the symbols, but the instructions are written in a very poor handwriting.
Let me try something. Is this is the one you were looking at, right? Right here?
Kind of squints at this piece of paper for a good long time. Uh-huh.
She flashes a quick little smile back to Milo nearby. I think you're gonna like this. I've got a new toy. And she reveals this very ornate looking, it's kind of like a skeleton key, but the head of it is just crazy. It has all these like weird jagged bits kind of coming off of it. Very, very ornamental. And she takes it, she touches it to the wall right where the symbol is, and she turns it. And as she pulls it away, you see light come through where there is now a 2-foot in diameter hole that just suddenly appears in the side of this wall. And on the other side is a room made out of similar stone, but it's essentially like a 20-foot cube room, and there are 3 doors. There's one straight across from where you're looking, one to the left and the right, and other than that, the room is weirdly empty, but it is a stone room. And she kind of looks at Clink. Does this seem right to you?
I've never been here before, but the instructions have gotten us this far.
Is there anything noteworthy inside the room that I can see?
There are 3 doors and there's nothing else. Completely just smooth stone on all the surfaces and nothing. No symbols, no objects.
Well, I think we have to go left from here.
Alright, Milo, what we're looking for is, stone tablets. It's, supposed to be worth quite a bit. I don't know.
Nope.
I don't know
He said left.
but it's supposed to be worth a lot, and he said left, so let's do it.
Let's go.
All right. Lead the way, Birdman.
Okay.
No, go and open the door on the left.
Okay, so you kind of have to like, kind of half squeeze through the hole to climb into the room, and after you do, Phaedra looks at you, Milo, and kind of nods and clicks your tongue. Once I go in the, it'll close. Kind of have to be the last one in there.
Well, I guess I walk up too.
Okay, you squeeze your way through there. She does as well. It's a little bit tougher for her than the two of you. She's a little stockier, but she gets through, comes out on the other side, and as soon as she passes the threshold of it, just in a blink, the hole's gone. Wall's back to how it was. And Clink, you go over to the left door. You pull it open. And you see before you a long library sort of room. It's like 20 feet wide, probably about 80 feet long, 15 high. There are just like 8-foot tall shelves that just run across or along the walls on either side. There's a couple tables and chairs placed around. You notice a bit further in there's a table and a couple chairs that actually appear to be kind of knocked over on the ground. But that's what you see at a glance, this long kind of library room.
Take a moment to study my dirty piece of parchment.
Okay, this is very important. When we go through this hallway, we have to stay on the right. No, I'm sorry, on the left. Yes, the left.
You sure about that?
Yeah, if you want to read the instructions, you can. I wrote them myself.
No. Yeah, it's alright, buddy. You got this.
Lead the way.
Fuck. And Phaedra closes her eyes for a second, takes a deep breath, and walks in there. And she gets a couple feet in. Are both of you also following?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm hanging back a second to make sure my instructions are actually correct.
She stops like 3 feet in, turns, looks at you, and just kind of scowls a bit. Get in here. Immediately, all of you hear this small little zzz sound as 4 little red pyramid shapes, one on the floor, one on each wall, one on the ceiling about 10 feet in front of you, appear, and these 4 little arcane blasts, just one from each, and all strike her directly in the back as she's looking back at Clink, and she stumbles because she didn't see this coming. It hits her. She stumbles, kind of catches herself on the wall. Oh, what the hell? 4 more. Strike her again, right in the back. And she just freezes and just looks around. Looks back at Clink with a look of kind of like, dude, what the fuck? Get in the room.
Kind of shrugs and steps in the room.
Okay. As you do, the door just kind of slowly swings shut behind you. And she just real slowly turns back around and just looks. You can see she's kind of studying the pyramids, which they're only about 3 or 4 inches high, maybe. But they have this kind of red glow around them.
Using my special vision, is there anything I can ascertain about them?
I forget the details on your special vision precisely, so remind me, please.
Detect magic.
Detect magic, okay. They are definitely magic. Let me get the school of evocation. They're definitely weak evocation. But that is certainly what they are. What are you guys doing?
I'm looking at Clink, wondering what we're doing. What's going on?
Phaedra starts slowly creeping her way over to the left side, looking back at the two of you, kind of confused.
I will follow.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow behind Clink.
Okay.
Yeah.
She gets up to the shelf all the way on the far side and turns back at Clink. Do you think this is far? 4 more blasts come out from the pyramids and catch her in the front, and this time actually kind of slams her back into the shelf. She just bites her lip and kind of tenses her fist up real hard for a second before just looking back at Clink and Milo with confusion and maybe a bit of frustration about her face.
Clink's just gonna take one feather and hold it up to his non-existent lips.
Okay. She nods and starts carefully walking forward, keeping one hand against the shelf, moving very slowly. She stops a few feet in, looks back at you, kind of points at the piece of paper that you have, kind of demanding it from you.
Just slowly hands it up to her.
Okay. She grabs it, unfolds it as quietly as she can, squints super hard trying to read it, just looks back at you and shrugs like, what does this say? Rolls her eyes and just kind of shoves it back over toward you and just continues slowly, intensely walking forward. Once you're about, I don't know, a little bit over 20 feet in, she steps, and you see her knee just kind of gives out, and the whole floor underneath her just like wobbles and ripples outward, and you see one of the tables a few feet nearby just kind of like bounces and moves a little bit, and as her balance is threatened, she clings onto the side of the shelf nearby, like almost like half fallen over. Eyes wide, looks back at the two of you, slowly lifts her foot up, and you see almost like a trampoline moving. The floor lifts up with her, and she takes it off. It kind of springs a little bit. She steps back on it, and the same thing happens. She takes her foot off of it, steps back, looks at the two of you, and just shrugs and shakes her head.
Keep it on going.
Okay. I would love dexterity checks from both of you.
What kind of horror movie did you sign up for?
That's gonna be a 22 from me.
What did we get for Milo? Dex check?
19.
19. Okay. The three of you move very painstakingly slowly across the surface. There's a moment where two of you kind of step at the same time, a little bit too heavy, and you see one of the chairs nearby looks like it's about to collapse over, and Phaedra just reaches out and grabs it. Freezes for a moment. You can tell she's holding her breath. Slowly puts it back down. She stops a couple steps after that. She kind of curiously looks around, slides a book off the shelf. And just throws it like 5 feet in front of her. And it hits. You see the ground ripples a little bit, and as it contacts, 4 more blasts just nail this book and send it flying a couple more feet. And you see she's kind of eyes racing around a little bit, looking like she's thinking quite a lot about the situation at hand. But once the book comes to rest, she waits a couple more seconds and then slowly continues on. And
can I try something?
Sure.
I want to use Mage Hand.
Okay.
To pick up the book. I want to have it carry the book across to the opposite end of the hallway and drop it there. I want to see if the floor is kind of ripply over there too.
Okay. Easy enough to do. Mage Hand grabs the book, picks it up, drifts slowly across the room over to there is a door on the far side. I forgot to mention that, I think. Drops it. Hits solid ground. But immediately you see 4 more similar pyramids over almost directly above it appear, and more blasts hit the book, kind of tearing it in half this time.
Well, I'm glad we're on this side.
He says out loud, or was that Mikey?
Oh, that was Milo.
That was Milo? Okay. Milo, you immediately take Immediately.
At least he's honest.
You immediately take 6 points of damage as a force damage as 4 of these little blasts from the pyramids closest to you just strike you in the side, causing you to slam into the bookshelf for a second. And Phaedra's eyes just get super wide as she just looks back at you. She slowly exhales, reaches back, grabs Clink by the shoulder, and just scoots you in front of her.
I am actually going to cross the hallway towards where I dropped the book. Because I'm wondering if my instructions were actually incorrect here.
Okay, so you're just like gonna walk for it?
Yeah.
Okay. You get about another 15 feet forward, and as you step, it's like something pulls you completely upward and your weight kind of just shifts out from underneath you, and you like start to fall backward on your ass. And because essentially what's happening now is you have entered a spot where gravity is not going the same direction anymore, and as you start to fall, your head hits the ground as your feet are pulled up. And as you tumble backward, making sound, as you just get launched up toward the ceiling, immediately 4 more pyramids appear in this section, and you take 7 force damage as you slam into the ground up here on much more solid ground. And you realize that at this section, there's no tables and there's no chairs. Either on what is now the floor or what you thought was going to be the floor. No, there's no items around on the ground. And Phaedra just looks up at you from your perspective, standing on the ceiling. And just kind of looks incredulously back at Milo. She has no idea what to do for right now. Milo, Clink, anything to do?
I'm kind of just waiting for something to happen at this point.
Clink is up on what looks like the ceiling to you, and from what it sounds like, not moving at the moment, and you are all standing eerily still, seeing what's gonna happen.
Clink does just stand up, look around a little apathetically, and just keeps walking towards that one door.
Okay. Phaedra is definitely waiting to see what happens here.
Yeah, definitely safe.
You give me a dex check, please.
All right. That's a 15.
15, okay. You get about another 10 feet, and as you go to step, you feel a similar force pulling you to the right side, and you manage to withdraw your foot before clumsily tumbling away this time.
So it's pulling me towards, it would be my character's right wall?
Yep.
And I guess I'm going to walk towards where the gravity would pull me. That way it's a little easier of a step.
Okay. Easy enough. You get over there, and it's awkward, to say the least, as you're stepping and suddenly gravity starts pulling you perpendicular. You kind of end up almost like half plank position, like hands and feet as you transition over, but easy enough to do. And Phaedra, at this moment, you see she kind of steps over, climbs up on the one table nearby, and jumps into a kind of a slow, front tumble almost forward. Okay, that's a very good roll. She manages to, knowing what's coming for her, she tumbles, but halfway through the gravity switches, so she ends up kind of tumbling the wrong direction, but she manages to recover before she hits the new floor, manages to land pretty silently, and then starts moving to follow Clink, kind of following the same maneuver, leaving Milo about 10 feet away from this gravity shift by himself, as the other two are now standing on the wall.
Oh, well, looks like it's my turn. I'm gonna just do exactly...
No.
Exactly as she did.
Okay.
I guess try.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check if you're trying to do the tumble.
We got a 20.
20? Nice. A little bit less well than what Phaedra managed to do, but still silently enough to not get assaulted again. You land on the ceiling. Take a moment to kind of reorient yourself. And are you going to follow the same trick that they did to get to the next section?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, I'm just gonna follow them, give a little distance ahead of them, but a little distant from behind them, but yeah, I'll follow them.
Okay. I love how as this is happening, we cut back and it's just Caelus having 5 minutes and nervously sweating until he's about to go fight a Goliath. So, Clink, there you are, on the wall. What you doing?
Gonna keep pushing forward.
Okay. You get about another 10 feet forward. At this point, I imagine being careful and testing each step. And as you do, there is another moment where you notice the gravity seems to switch back to normal. So, to your side again from here.
Mm-hmm. And same thing as last time, I'm going to try to find that, go kind of close to what would normally be the floor.
Okay.
So I'm not falling like 20 feet.
Yeah. Easy enough. You find your way back down there. You step forward, back to normal gravity. And suddenly everything is completely pitch black around you. You can see nothing. Milo, you and Phaedre, still on the wall a few feet behind, see Clink step in there, and I imagine just starts looking around confusedly. What are you doing? What are you doing, Clink?
Try not to make any sound, but he starts kind of looking around a bit frantically and almost absent-mindedly starts just picking feathers off of his left arm.
Okay. Phaedre sees this. You see she kind of rolls her eyes and takes a quiet, soft breath. And steps forward doing the same thing. And Milo, you see as she gets in there, she kind of blinks a bit and looks around. She peeks her head back out. And looks back at you. Moves her head back about a foot forward. And you don't see anything, Milo, but Clink, you do feel someone kind of clumsily reach over and put a hand on your shoulder and start slowly, cautiously trying to walk forward. Milo, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna join them and do exactly as they did.
Okay. Same thing. You scurry your way down, and as soon as you step back into the original gravity direction, complete darkness. You can't even see your own nose. It is so dark here. Clink, Phaedre, making their way a little bit forward. Milo, you're not exactly sure where they are in relation to you at this moment. You have an estimate,
Yep.
but they were moving as you entered here. Suddenly, Clink, you hear a little, well, ironically, a little clink sound from your right side, and then this, and something large and heavy hits you right in the shin, and you just hit the ground. It hits you so hard, you feel Phaedre gets knocked over as well. It just sweeps both of your legs out from underneath you, and the two of you slam into the ground, and more blasts. You take another 4 force damage. And Milo, you hear this. You hear just a few feet in front of you a flurry of movement, thud, some grunts of pain, another blast of what you imagine to be these pyramids. And then eerie silence. Before the slight shuffling sound of Phaedre trying to get herself and Clink back up to the ground, or to their feet. What are you doing, Milo? You moving forward? You waiting?
I think I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer for something else to happen.
Okay.
And yeah.
Clink, do you resist Phaedre, who's doing the same things before? Hand on your shoulder, helps you stand up, and is trying to move forward, like, in tandem with you?
No, he's letting himself be led.
Okay. You take a few more steps, you hear another clink, and a similar whooshing sound. What do you do?
Jump?
Okay. Just straight up?
Just try to jump over whatever's trying to sweep my leg.
Sure. Give me a dex save.
That's a 17.
Okay. You jump. Good. You land. You hear Phaedre, about a foot behind you, gets hit again, slams into the ground once more, and this time on the hit, she and slowly starts to stand up again. A couple seconds later, she fumbles forward, finds Clink again.
I'm gonna take point this time.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep her a
at this
decent
point,
distance behind me.
Okay.
Walking up also.
You're walking up?
And yeah.
Okay. Same thing, you make it a few feet up. You hear a familiar clink and a whooshing sound that you know happened just before the sounds of people being in pain, but you have no visual concept of what happened. So I'm gonna say, give me a deck save on this one. Just blindly see if Milo reacts in a way that will help him.
Sounds good to me.
Also, I promise we'll get back to the pit fight.
I rolled an 8.
An 8? Yeah, you stop just a moment too long trying to figure out what's happening, and something just nails you right in the kneecap because you're a bit shorter, and you just eat shit, hit the ground. You definitely hit a little bit of one of the tables as it just kind of slides a bit away across the floor, and you take 6 more force damage as 4 more painful blast contact with the back of you as you are on the ground. At that same moment, Clink, couple more steps forward, you hear the sound again. What do you do?
Clink's getting irritated, so Clink's just gonna fly.
Okay. Just like what he hopes to be forward?
He's just gonna jump.
Flying up? What are you doing?
He's just gonna fly a few feet in the air. About like 4 feet and just kind of hover there for a second.
Okay. You fly up, and with your first flap, you feel something contact with your head as simultaneously something else hits from below, straight up, kind of catching you in the groin as you... give me a deck save on this. I'll see if you manage to stay in the air.
11?
Nope. You... Not ready for this. Definitely not ready for the groin shot, and you lose your balance. You kind of tumble about 3 or 4 feet forward, you slam into the ground, and immediately 4 more blasts. Another 6 force damage to you.
Alright.
Milo, you still moving?
Before I move, move.
You're moving?
We'll start moving forward, yeah.
Okay. The same thing. A few more feet forward, you hear the same sound that you just heard before your knees got taken out. What do you do?
I'm just gonna jump also.
Okay. Okay, deck save.
$16.
16. Crisis averted. You land gently on the ground, and you're good. Clink. As you have just slammed into the ground, just recovered, what are you doing?
Do I hear our dwarf friend still trying?
You did not hear anything from her on that last one. Give me a perception check.
You want me to do it at disadvantage because of the
Nope, because you're listening.
darkness? Okay.
It's not so dark that you can't hear.
That's a 14.
14? You think you hear the slightest of sounds in front of you, just a couple feet, but you don't hear her getting hit or any reactions to pain.
Okay. I'm just gonna resume my hovering about 4 feet in the air and start slowly making my way forward.
Okay. Couple seconds later, suddenly, your sight returns to you. You see Phaedra standing there also kind of blinking and looking around as well. And just a couple feet in front of you is the end of the room. There's a door there.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly touch down.
Okay. Milo. If you're moving forward
yeah,
again.
I'm just moving. Yep,
Okay.
just moving forward.
All right. Third time, you hear the same sound. What's your response?
I'm jumping.
You're jumping? Dex save.
Yep. 21.
Okay, 21. Unbeknownst to Milo, when he jumped, he maintained a little bit of forward momentum. Had he jumped straight up, he would have had the same fate that Clink met. But all he knows is he jumps, there's a whoosh that actually goes vertically this time. No pain, no sound. You land, and after a few more tense steps, you find yourself blinking as the vision assaults your eyes once more, and then you look around and see Clink and Phaedra there. Phaedra looking a little bit annoyed right now and in pain. And there's the door just a few feet in front of you. Phaedra looks nervously over at Clink and kind of like tilts her head toward the door and just shrugs a little bit.
Clink just kind of hangs his head dejectedly for a second and goes and tries the door.
Okay. Pull the door open as silently as you can. You see before you what looks like a small workshop. There's this actually has like wooden walls and kind of a different aesthetic and appearance than the first room that you were in the library. In the center of it is a table. There's some basic tools on it. You can see 3 daggers are sitting on it. Or rather, they each have their own stand, if you will. That's kind of like a stone carved hand that they just put the handle into, and it kind of just grips them. One of them has this kind of faint, like cerulean blue glow to it. The other one has this kind of fancy looking jade handle on it, and the third one has this long charcoal black blade that kind of is a little bit jagged and what have you. But around the outside of the room, there are, same thing, 3 more doors, one across from you, one left and right, and just a couple other surfaces that have some basic tools, look like some writing supplies, things like that, just a little workshop. That's what you see.
Okay. So, anything that looks like a vulture?
Perception check.
All right. That's a 15.
Nothing matches the words on your paper.
You see Clink kind of frantically looking around the room, going back to his piece of paper, looking at the room.
I think we made a wrong turn or something. I'm sorry, I don't know where to go.
Phaedra finishes stepping into the new room. Just goes, God damn it! Just slams her head to the wall once. She just takes a second, looks kind of frustrated, and just kind of like glances around. Are you positive this is not where we're supposed to be?
After the hallway, it just says, look for a mirror with a vulture on it. I don't see anything like that here. Give me a second.
And I'm going to go ahead and cast Detect Magic.
Okay. The daggers are all very magic. The blue one is has divination, like an enchantment on it. The jade one has some illusion, and the black one is necromantic in nature.
The daggers are magical, but they're not what we're looking for, I don't think.
Fuck. As much as I really don't want to go opening any doors, I hate that fucking room. I do not want to go back through that. What's the move? What are we doing here?
Pick a door, any door.
Be my guest.
I'm gonna choose the right door, because the right is never wrong. Unless it was like the last one where it was the left, but you didn't, regardless. we're going through the right.
You pull open the door to the right, and there is a smaller room, stone again, like the first one. This one's about 10-foot cube, 10 foot in all directions. And on each wall stands a painting, the small lever next to each of them. And in the center of it is a, like an 18-inch wide stone rectangular pillar that goes floor to ceiling, and there's small, like 1 inch wide by like 4 or 5 inches high slits in it. That's all you see.
Would we like to try this one?
Phaedra looks at Clink. I have no idea, if I'm being honest. What do you think, Birdman?
I'm sorry, I really don't know. I can try a few things.
Alright.
I'm gonna use Mage Hand to grab the dagger that was illusion magic. Because that seems the least harmful of the three, potentially.
You grab it, pulls out of the stand. Nothing happens.
I guess I'll return it for now and check the room with the paintings just to see if there's any magic I can pick up on in there.
Yeah. A lot of enchantment magic in this room. Definitely the paintings and some conjuration from the pillar.
Oh, I don't like this room. This room is... There's much going on in here.
Well, there's 2 other doors.
Right. I guess I'll, guess it's my turn. Turns back and heads to the left one. See, she kinda grits her teeth a bit as she pulls it open and kinda steps behind it quickly. Glances around, and what you all see is a room identical to the first room that you entered. Stone, empty, 3 more doors. Nothing.
Take a look in there.
I mean, we want to? Clink, you want to open up that last one?
I'll go ahead and see what's behind door number 3.
Okay. As you open that up, you see what looks to be the same library you just came out of.
Closes that door.
I guess, door number 2 it is, right? Maybe? Yes, we
Sure.
have any other clever ideas? Looking at you, Birdman, you seem to be a little bit more useful here, maybe?
Well, let's take a look.
I'm gonna go into the stone room and let's peek behind, I'll say the first door on the left.
Okay. You step in, you get about 5 feet in, and suddenly you start hearing this low, growling, huffing sound. And suddenly, before you can have any time to react to this, what is your armor class, my friend?
It is a 14.
Yep, that hits. You take 11 piercing damage as suddenly some invisible force clamps down on the side of your abdomen, piercing into you, and slams you into the ground. And it sounds and feels what you can imagine being attacked by a large canine would feel like. And it is snarling and barking. And Phaedra, who's just a couple feet behind you, just freezes. Milo, what are you doing?
I'm not gonna do anything.
Okay. Clink, what are you doing?
First off, is there any chance I can see this with my detect magic, just because I'm curious to see what it is?
No. You have no idea. You can see nothing.
Alright. Then I'm just gonna reach a hand out and grab onto Phaedra.
Okay.
And I am going to cast Thunderstep. Just teleporting back into the room we just left.
Okay. You reach out, you grab her, there is a thunderous that rumbles out from beneath you, and it feels like you move absolutely nowhere, and like you've hit some kind of solid surface. Both of you sustain 3 bludgeoning damage, and are just, she actually just like, you grab, there's a thunder, she kind of jolts, looks like she hits a wall, and just falls back on the ground next to you. And whatever is currently clung onto you, which I believe would take damage from Thunderstep, if I'm correct in that. Okay. How much is that? Let me pull that up.
Yeah, my computer's being a little slow. I apologize.
Oh, you are good. I can try to pull that up if D&D Beyond wants to listen. So it's a save. Okay. What's your save DC? It doesn't matter. It beat it. It was a natural 20.
Oh yeah.
So you, Milo, you just see Clink reach up, grab Phaedra. There's just a boom, and both of them just look like they slam their head into a wall. She tumbles to the ground. Clink is already still on the ground, and there is this purple flash just about 10 feet away from you. And Milo, what you see is suddenly appearing from this flash a short humanoid figure. This like eerie porcelain white skin, not natural looking by any means. Slender build, these blonde straight bangs, kind of like an angled bob. You notice she has multiple different brightly glowing crystal necklaces of different colors. Her eyes are completely white and they glow slightly. And she appears there, cocks her head as Clink is still kind of being a little bit ragdolled by whatever is clinging onto him on the ground. She holds a hand up. Clink stops getting thrown around. And you see she tilts her head, puts another hand up actually to the side of her temple. The eyes flash blue. Honey, you may want to come home. 17. Dinner for 3. And that's where we're going to take our break.
All right.
So we'll be back in 15. Hey everyone, me from the future here. Just wanted to say that there is a self-harm trigger warning for this episode. Approximately 5 minutes after the break ends. It lasts about 1 minute and 45 seconds. I will put a visual cue up on screen as well, so if you are watching it, just wait for that to end if that is a part that you wish to skip. Thanks for watching. And we're back. So there, Milo stands, Phaedra and Clink on the ground. Strange new porcelain figure standing about 10 feet away from you. You see, as she finishes talking, she pulls out a wand with some reddish-orange glow to the tip of it. And she just kind of stands silently looking at the three of you. Clink, whatever is clutching onto you has not let go. It's not shaking you anymore. You can still hear it kind of snarling a little bit. And Phaedra slowly moves to start to stand up. And the snarling increases very rapidly, and she just stops and lays back down, hands up by her head. And there is a tense 20 seconds. 30 seconds. For suddenly, another purple flash right next to the porcelain-skinned figure. And you see, appearing from within, a female elf wearing these kind of golden yellow robes, and she's got bronze skin, chin length, wavy blonde hair. Just kind of a mess right now. She has a kind of slightly too long face, very pointed chin, narrow eyes, these severely arched eyebrows, kind of comically long eyelashes, and you see these swirling white tattoos across her forehead and her eyes kind of going down to the front of her chest, of what you can see. And most notably, there is a small blade stuck in her gut, and she has one hand on it, is actively bleeding heavily through her robes. She stops for a second, looks at the three of you. You have precisely 10 seconds to craft a compelling argument about why you should be allowed to continue breathing. Speak! I'm busy.
I'm gonna throw a Hail Mary and cast Charm Person.
Okay.
Pray to God it works.
Counterspell.
Okay.
Oh.
That's all I got.
Nothing. You try, nothing happens. I said speak.
I like your dog.
She snaps a finger, it lets go, and bites into you one more time. Is certainly hitting you. Another 4 piercing. Crappy roll on that.
That's good, because I don't have much hit left. I'm still alive.
Yeah, just clamps in your side, snarling, and Phaedra just, we're stealing from you. I mean, that's pretty obvious. There's nothing else I can say. Sorry. Of course. Today of all days. Alright, you have 3 options. 1, I kill you right now. 2, I bring the Watchers. 3, you put your talents to better use. You go do something for me in a couple days when I need you. Choose now.
I'm going with 3.
Phaedra kind of looks at Clink nervously.
I think option 3 sounds
Yeah.
lovely. Thank you.
Right, that sounds great. She just cuts both of you off. Melody, get some blood from them. Yes, honey. Of course. Do you need anything before you go? No, I'm quite alright. You three, come back at sunset on the 25th for details. You know the way in, it seems. I've got a problem to find now. She makes some quick motions with her hand. There's another purple flash. Gone. The jaws unclamp from Clink as this strange porcelain figure whistles. You hear it retreat over to where it came from. Wonderful. It seems we've reached an agreement. Now, I'm afraid I do need some of your blood. There are 2 options for this. I'm afraid you'll like one more than the rest, so please, offer your wrists.
You can't just use what's on the floor. I think most of it's there now.
She looks, and actually at this moment you can see that there is some of your blood dripping off of what you imagine to be the maw of an invisible canine across the way. Acceptable. Looks back at the other 2. Wrists, please.
I'll just hold mine up.
Okay. She steps forward. Picks out a little blade. Just cuts a little bit, not a lot. And just pulls out a little empty vial, unstoppers it. Catches some of the blood. Closes it. Phaedra, who's finally stood up at this point, just holds her wrist out as well. Same thing. Would you like me to escort you out of here? Or would you like to find your own way? Also, she looks over at Clink with the dagger. Did you put the dagger back?
I put it back.
Remember. You put it back, okay. Never mind. I remembered that I was misremembering as I was saying that. But anyway. She has posed her question.
An escort would be nice. I hate to impose, but do you by any chance have anything to help me sleep? It's the whole reason I came in here.
Give me either persuasion or deception. I'm genuinely unsure which this is.
I think it would be persuasion because I am being truthful.
Okay, that's fine then.
But
yeah.
I'm better with deception.
Well,
either way, I rolled a nat 1, so...
I'm afraid you wouldn't like your options for that either. So, escort it is? Right.
Yes, please.
This way. She turns, motions her hand in the air, and a door just appears on the wall that wasn't there before. She steps over, turns back to the invisible, now dripping with blood, hound. Whistles again. You hear it kind of calms down, and you see the the blood dripping lower to the ground as it seems to lay down and return to some more passive state of being. And she waits for the 3 of you to step through the door, which you can see leads back to another room that looks exactly like the first one you came into. And she does not move until all 3 of you find your way through it. And so Phaedra just kind of sheepishly smiles at Milo a little bit, walks through.
I am just gonna shrug and just walk through also.
Same.
Okay. Let me see. I imagine this room looks familiar, though that might not mean much. How did you enter? Phaedra awkwardly looks at the other 2 of you. Remember, I have your blood. It would behoove you to be honest. We came in through the tunnels. Yeah, this room looks familiar. I think we've seen it a few times. Interesting. The eyes flash blue for about 3 seconds. I have an idea. She walks over to one of the other doors and pulls it open. Motions for the three of you to follow again. Or to lead, actually, and Pedre again begrudgingly steps through, waits for the two of you. And this time what you step into is... actually not too dissimilar from, like, the storefront of Momo's Toys that you were in before. Not the same place. It looks like sells various, like, teas and also books and some other, probably, supplies for arcane users. Well, this won't put you back where you entered. But I hope you're familiar enough with the city to find your way back to where you need to be. Open that door and proceed on your way. Remember, sunset, the 25th. Don't be late. And she just stands next to the door that you came through and just looks at the three of you.
Guess I'm gonna open the door and get out of here.
Yep, I'm a skedaddle.
As you pull the door open, you are met with the nice chilled breeze of the Vasselheim streets as you enter into fairly near the marketplace, not the market district, not exactly in it, but close enough that you can place where you are. And as you step out the door slowly, closes and locks behind you. Clink, buddy. I think I'd like to ask your contact some questions.
Yeah, I think we were given information on the wrong house. That was different.
Ah. This is not very good, is it?
We're alive.
Uh-huh. Yep, we're alive. Milo, buddy. Enjoy your payday. I guess I might see you back here in a couple days, eh?
We're not guessing, but I'll definitely see you here in a couple days.
Great. I'm gonna go think about a lot of things. Clink. Please get your shit together.
I'm gonna go lie down for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, you do that, buddy. She just, like, shakes for a second. And then just walks slowly off into the Vasselheim night. Leaving the two of you. Clink, what do you do?
Well, that was fun. Milo, right? What were you trying to find in there?
Honestly, I kind of just came for the story to see what would happen. So,
Oh. Well, it was a story. I guess you.
I will give you that
looking
one.
For. I need to keep looking, I guess.
I guess so. I will see you back here in a couple days.
As Clink kind of just walks very slowly and not in a straight line down a nearby street.
Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna start laughing at myself as I walk back to pit. Try to see what everyone else is doing.
Okay, as you begin the slow walk of shame across the city. Beat the fuck up.
Yeah.
How many hit points do you have right now?
I'm at 7.
Yeah, you feel real bad.
I also am at 7, actually. That's hilarious.
Phaedre was at 9.
Yep.
That
Uh-huh.
was the worst case of B&E I've ever heard in my life.
And with that,
God.
we return our attention to the pit as I drink some water.
Hey, where'd Milo go? I haven't seen him.
He's gonna miss a good fight.
I know.
Probably over there gambling or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Gambling his life.
I just totally imagine everyone just has like a bag of popcorn, just like chowing down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Popcorn exists.
Just drinking a beer.
So,
Volkar is again. He's
real
in
quick,
the corner and he's going off like a
before-
barker. Who's got money on the Valhesium dragon? The one, the platinum brawler, the one, the only, Caelus, the dragon fang.
Before I comment on that real quick, Casey, thank you so much for joining us. You are welcome
Not a
to
problem.
hang out and listen for a bit if you want to. I don't know, it's kind of late, so if you'll be up, you are more than welcome to. Little round of applause for Clink without blowing all of our microphones out.
So
Thank
I
you
can
so much.
copy and paste the information I was given if people want to see it. By the way, it was
Please
not
do.
correct at all.
Sure.
I figured it would be because it's never that easy.
Yeah. You can go ahead and do that. But yeah, thank you so much for being our first guest on the Rolling 20's.
Yeah, I loved it.
This was
Clink
awesome.
Survived. This
Clink
is the first time I've
survived.
seen a Kenku survive, so yeah, we're off to a good start.
Yeah, that is true. That
What
is
was the name
true.
of that kobold that died in like 5 minutes?
I was just thinking about him.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah,
This
yep.
is what I was thinking of a lot.
Kind of what I expected.
Yeah, it was possible.
How long does a cobalt live? 7 days. And how long have you been alive? 7 days.
Yep. But fortunately, not the case. Our dear Clink is still alive.
Early.
So, yeah, we'll see if and how that comes back.
Right. And if
Because
anybody wants the rundown and basically what or who Clink is, I can tell you, or we can save it for later if you want to keep it kind of hush for now.
we can
Keep
save
it
it for
hush.
later because I don't know what's going to happen with the story of Clink now, as we maybe have some compelling elements to dive back into.
Right.
But,
Therapy.
wow.
Go tell
So,
him to see Lila.
He broke
Go
into
vent
a
to his problems.
magical. Yeah, he broke into a magical library looking for a way to sleep. That's basically it.
yeah, I'm sure that bodes well.
Turns out you just needed melatonin. That's it.
Melatonin, or I could probably use command word on him.
You could try, but you don't know he exists, unfortunately.
Don't know he
So-
exists.
Volkar could just punched him and he would knocked out.
Potentially. But anyway, there we find ourselves at the pits. And Caelus, you got about 2 minutes till you got to go back in.
2 minutes.
The performance has wrapped up, leaving you. I'll say 5 minutes. We'll pick up right as they're leaving. So you got like 5-ish minutes left till you got to go fight.
Okay. I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes until I do it. Until I'm gonna cast bless on, or like cast bless on myself. Probably with like a couple minutes to go. Just
Okay.
I'm gonna kneel down. I'm just gonna say a little prayer to Bahamut.
Okay.
It basically says like, I need to win this fight. I don't want to look like a jackass. I'm not gonna lie. I need this right now.
If I bless him, will he be able? Will our blesses stack on top of each other?
Super bless.
Absolutely not. Because then you would just build a party of 5 clerics, and
I thought so.
I see nothing. I see nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
To
it's
be
fine.
fair, 5
No,
clicks is already broken.
It is, but we don't need to break it further. So bless only lasts a minute. By the way,
Oh, is it?
Caelus, so like it's only a minute.
Oh.
Or else it would also
Oh
break
shit.
it. So you
Never
could do it
mind.
like as
Never
you're
mind.
walking out potentially. It is still concentration, but you would have to do
Oh yeah,
it like
I'll do it like as I walk out. Like never mind. I was looking at protection from good and evil with the 10-minute last
slightly
attempt.
different.
Yep.
Yep,
Slightly different. Yep. Sorry. But yes,
no,
I
you're
I
fine.
will cast it as I'm walking out.
Okay. And as you begin heading out there, what's everyone else doing during this? So Milo's walking through the streets, sad and confused. We know that, but so the closest bleachers stop like there's like 15 feet of ground around the pit, and then the pit itself. So the closest bleachers are relatively far from like the center of the pit, because it is like 50 feet across. So yeah, I don't know how close you want to try and get or what your intentions are here, but let me know.
Close as possible.
Yeah, I want to be pretty close.
Okay.
Volkar uses thaumaturgy to like everything goes out, and then like every brazier thing, and he starts his introduction for Caelus.
No.
And once more thaumaturgy, but it's blue fire in a like a row from where Caelus is.
This is a sick
Okay.
WWE walkout. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So as it happens, the crowd starts going crazy. You see people are quickly starting to gather back up. You hear the half orc. Well, and you see here, it looks like we do in fact have another combatant for the evening. Let's see if Caelus Griffensbane will in fact fare better than the last 4 competitors to fight Torborg Deadly Friend this evening. Everyone, Griffensbane! And the blue flames from Volkar. Caelus comes walking out, blessing himself. I'll make a note.
You don't think he's gonna win this, do you?
Oh, absolutely not. He doesn't even plan to cheat.
Okay, I'm just glad we're on the same page.
Oh my god, I might feel
I
pity.
mean, someone could help him if they
feel pity.
choose to.
So, Caelus, any special notes on yourself as you walk out? What's your WWE walkout look like?
Like
So-
He changes music too.
No.
Try and get
Yeah, this is actually good.
help him.
I'll have my hood up first. Alright.
Okay.
Walking out head down. Kind of, very much like a boxer walkout.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I
He's
walk
got his
out, walk
crew.
out. As the commentators, sounding off on my name. As soon as they say Caelus Griffensbane, hood comes off, and I'll point my longsword up, and I'll use Sacred Weapon to basically just make a huge, kind of like explosion of just bright light, just like goes out throughout the pit.
Wonderful. I love it. Dramatically
It
illuminates
introduces
Penny,
me.
who's sitting off to the side as well, pretty close up in the bleachers with the other 3. And you step
Like a
out.
Marilyn Monroe moment.
Yes, very much that. Cheers die down after a couple seconds. And the man who needs no introduction tonight, Torborg Deadly Friend. And everyone goes silent as the hulking yet still slim figure comes stepping back out from the other side. Emotionless, poised, calm, no flair. Walks up to the center. Bows. And locks eyes with Caelus.
Caelus will probably just give a little nod, in acknowledgement.
Okay.
And as soon as that happens, game time. Zeroes in. Super.
So
dead.
I don't have a good model for him, unfortunately.
That's what
Just use Butcher
I have a
Caelus.
stand-in. I didn't paint that one, unfortunately. So yeah, you guys
Damn
are all,
it.
you technically be like up a few feet up in the bleachers here. That's roughly
Is
where
it
you're
frozen
sitting
for
around the
anybody
outside.
else?
It'll
No.
probably take a
Oh,
second
yeah.
to catch up. Annoyingly, my iPhone is the better camera, but laggier with this app, unfortunately.
I thought I had 3 arms
Caelus.
for a moment.
I do.
Roll
It's
initiative.
a perk you unlock when you become a DM. Extra limbs.
Yep.
Also, you win an extra brain cell, so I have 1.5 now. But, Caelus, I would love initiative from you.
During the fight, I'm gonna try and keep an eye on Penny as well, just to see what she's doing.
Okay. Well, I mean, a natural 1 is a natural 1,
It's amazing because you got a natural 2.
which is a 0 for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if I were to interfere
Wait.
with the fight, would I roll initiative?
Wait.
Oh, can I slap him on his back and give him guidance?
Come on, man.
He's not with you.
on.
He's in a pit right now.
He's
Yeah, he's in the pit. You are like out here with them.
Wait,
Inspiration, right?
did we get our inspiration die at the beginning of the session?
You do have that. And Derek, yeah, I'm gonna say if you intend to be actively doing things, go ahead and initiative for me. I'll place you there so we can see you.
Okay, so that's a 3.
Oh,
Total.
Yes, total. It would be a 3 total.
Okay.
Because I used the inspiration die on that.
Okay. And Derek, what'd you get?
13.
Okay. Technically, Derek, you are first. If you want to start this fight out by getting involved.
No, I'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Do I want to help?
Okay. So the two of you, right up there in the middle of this pit. He immediately, you see, he doesn't waste any time. As soon as he notices that you're not moving, he strikes. And the first strike is this weird, like, he shifts his right foot a little bit out to the side, kind of lifting up the heel, pushing off with the toes. And you see the momentum almost, like, shifts up through his leg, and he actually kind of waves his whole body with it. And that's an 18 to hit.
Nope.
Nope. He strikes quite hard, makes contact. Fortunately, you are wearing armor. And he hits, and there's this just loud metallic clang, and there's actually a bit of a dent in the front of your armor from the force of this man. And he just stops, fist up against you, and that's a good roll. I do believe a 24 hits.
That.
You take 8 bludgeoning damage as he, in this flash of weird, unpredictable movement, looks like he's gonna uppercut you with the left, and then suddenly he just kind of like spins behind you and throws an elbow, catching you in the back. And I would love... sorry, let me pull this up. I would love the coveted Constitution saving throw from you.
That is
Good con.
15 plus 2, so that's 17.
Okay. Cool. You are alright. And then is gonna go ahead and take a third attack at you. No. Low roll on that one. So, once again, your armor helping you out. And is, yeah, he's actually gonna stay right up there, right with you.
So as he kind of like moves around me, I'm gonna basically just do a little pirouette, and I'm gonna kind of slash right for him.
Cool, let's have it. And, actually, I do need a concentration check on Bless.
Oh, true. 13.
Alright, you're good. Make your attack.
I have so many. Okay, so that's 12 plus 2 plus 1d4 for blast, which is 3. 12 plus 2 plus 3, 17. 17 hit.
Hits, yeah.
So that is 10 plus 4, that's 11 damage. 11 slashing damage.
Okay. So yeah, you turn, you cleave across the front of him, drawing quite a lot of blood across the midsection. Anything else?
No, I'm gonna leave it at that. And I'm gonna kind of give him a little smirk as I catch him.
Copy that. Yeah, he's just gonna open back up with 2 more attacks against you. It's a natural 16 and a natural 18, so 23 and 25.
Yeah, that's both hits.
7 more bludgeoning from the first, and 5 from the second, and is then going to flurry of blows. 2 more. Okay, one of those misses horribly. The other one is another natural 17. So a hit on one of those. And 10. As you spin, you slash across the front, and as soon as your blade stops making contact with him, you smirk, and you don't even see him move. Suddenly, your wrist is grabbed, twisted backward, pulling you a little bit into him, hooks behind your leg, elbows you in the chin, spins around, punches you twice to the kidney, as hard as you have ever been hit. Feels like Garrison is attacking you right now, and I need another con save from you.
D6.
I use my
and D4.
You're blessed.
Oh wait, does bless count towards saving throws?
Yeah, attacks or saving throws.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so that's 13 plus 4. So
okay. Yeah, you're good. And he once again kind of spins around the side of you. And then, because he's fancy, as part of that, he gets to disengage. And he just swiftly, with these crazy jerking animalistic, almost like movements, just shifts back and stands at the ready. Caelus, it's your turn. And Derek, just, whenever you're going to do something, let me know. Whenever you intend to, I guess, because you're just waiting. But yeah. Caelus, you're up.
So I am going to use all 20 of my lay on hands pool. It's my action to heal myself.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast, or to use Radiant Soul, and my wings are gonna spread out.
Hell yeah, the crowd loves this shit.
Eyes flare out. Alright. And now he's kind of pissed. Now Caelus is kind of pissed, getting a bit angry.
Mm-hmm.
And it flies roughly like 20 feet in the air.
Okay. Noted.
And it kind of points its sword at him and is like, this is not going to end well for you, sir. Not at all.
Okay.
It's not going to end well for you.
And, yeah, I'm going to end
okay. And technically it's my turn, so healing word, subtle spell.
Okay. Well, range on that, 60?
Yes.
Okay, you're good.
860. Let me double check. Yeah, 60 feet.
Okay. Yep. He's
so
within range.
4, 5, 6, 7 hit points. I'm taking pity. You got destroyed in one round.
Caelus, if you feel another renewing light about you as you take to the air.
Does it feel familiar?
I'm just saying, this moment you don't have time to think about that. There's kind of some stuff going on. Derek, anything else? Is that all your shenanigans for now?
Yeah, that's the only thing you do subtly.
Okay. He just stands there and waits.
Waits for
me. It's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna swoop down, and with all of my might into one swing, I'm gonna go just straight for like an impale, you know?
Okay.
Just,
Did you smite him?
I can choose to smite after a hit.
That is
He
true.
said, I'm trying to go for the haymaker.
Ooh, okay, so that's 19. That's an unnatural 20. Unnatural 20.
Okay.
And I will divine smite this.
Go ahead.
So that gives me an additional 2d8.
Mm-hmm.
Radiant damage. Okay. So that'll be 5 plus 4 slashing damage with
Got that.
10 radiant damage.
Respectable. As you dive down, cleave across the front of him one more time. That is your action, and it would essentially be your movement.
Yeah.
Anything else you're doing? Well, I guess you smited, so.
The bonus action.
Yeah, bonus
Smite's
action
actually a free action, isn't it? No?
Is it?
No, it's a
Divine Smite?
It is free.
It just costs a
It is
spell
free
slot.
because we talked
Yeah.
about this before and I was really pissed. that I
Yeah,
just
no,
forgot it was...
I always, it feels like it should be a bonus action because late game you'll be doing like 35d8s with it and shit like that. But yeah, it is actually, yeah, it is free. So yeah, if you have a bonus action you want to use, go ahead and do it.
Okay, and then I'm gonna bonus action cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay. As you begin to cast it, he palm strikes up toward your face. And I shit you not, he natural 20s you back.
Silvery barbs.
Oh shit!
Okay. That makes him reroll, right? Is there a save
Roll
against
and
that?
take
Or?
the lowest. No save, just reaction.
It's still a 24 though, so
Okay.
I'm rolling insanely right now. Not a crit
Oh,
though.
but it's not a crit.
That was subtle
Yeah,
spell.
it's not a crit.
Yeah. Yeah. I assume everything you're doing is subtle spelled right now.
Yeah.
Wait,
Do
wait. If,
Hang on,
As I
hang on.
cast it though.
hang on.
Okay.
Let me get back to that. Oh, actually, interesting. I forgot about another thing. Let me see. Okay. So I'm gonna say... Yeah. Well, I made him roll with disadvantage for that anyway, because you are casting Sanctuary. That's a save, isn't it?
No, he has to either pick a different target or just lose the attack.
Against you? No, there's definitely a save in there.
On a failed save. Oh wait, on a wisdom saving.
Yes,
Yeah.
wisdom save. Okay.
Wisdom save.
What's the DC?
DC 12.
DC 12. Yeah, it's a 14. So it does succeed, even with the disadvantage. I rolled the same thing twice. This is a ridiculously convoluted thing happening right now for reaction. You do take 8 bludgeoning damage as he palm strikes you in the head, and you lose Bless. It's concentration on both. And you need to make a...
Concentration.
Is Sanctuary not concentration? Oh, actually, no, it's not. Okay, never mind. So
But
Bless is
I
still
just
up.
have to
However,
roll.
I do need you to make a with disadvantage,
Concentration.
which should have happened the first time. Yeah, disadvantage on con
I got a
save.
13 and an 11. Alright, but plus
13
2 on each.
And 11. Yep, you're good.
So
You have concentration.
Yep.
But yeah, your Sanctuary is up. And there we go.
I mean,
And I believe that's the end of your turn, right? Bonus action, movement? Okay.
it's the end of my turn.
Okay. He is, while you're right in his face, he is... I guess I'll roll and see if he gets anything. So, DC on your save... I know you just said it, but my mind blanked out because there's so many
12.
numbers remind me. 12. Does get a 12. So he does get to try the first attack. This is the 5th 18 I've rolled for him. The 5th 18. and almost all of them have been on the same d20. This is cracked. So first one, I have 2, so I can't. I don't have enough dice to do that. That's 9 on that one. And Sanctuary is just anytime. Yes, okay. That's a 13 on the save.
Yeah.
He does not have a good bonus. He's just rolling right on the cusp of it.
Yeah.
Does miss the attack though.
Okay. Oh, thank God.
However, is certainly going to flurry of blows.
He has to make the.
Yep, fails that save.
Okay.
Makes that one though.
He has to choose a different target or
lose the attack. So we just.
Yeah. Okay. Just.
However, it dawns on me in this moment, for reasons that I can't tell you, part of some things that he has. Let me double check it so I'm not lying to you. He does get advantage on these saves. He still fails it though. He still does fail it though. So yeah, misses the third one still, or doesn't get to do the attack on the third one. Fourth one does go through. Let me roll the attack on it. 19.
19 hits. Just
19 hits. That's another 10. As he essentially, you fly down, you hit him super hard. He feels this one. He actually grunts and steps back and reaches up, grabs you by the wing. First one, he just smashes your head into the wall to the side of him, throws another elbow strike to the chin, catches you. The third one you see he goes to, stops for a moment, grins, and then just low kicks you right in the shin.
By the way, I totally forgot.
Jesus.
I forgot to have the +2 radiant damage from my radiant soul.
+2. Okay. Got that. And Caelus, I also need you to give me another con save.
It's 14 +2, 16.
Okay. Still success. And technically we're back to Derek's turn.
I got my reaction back, yay. Okay, one thing I forgot with Silvery Barbs is I'll give Caelus advantage on the next attack roll, saving throw, or check.
Okay, we'll just treat it as now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anything you're doing, Derek? Or just waiting?
How is he doing? Subtle spell, healing word.
Okay.
7 again.
Okay. My turn, I'm guessing?
Yep.
Okay.
This fight got very bloody very fast.
Okay.
Yep.
Very fast.
Yep.
So, fuck, I'm out of spells. Okay, if I attack him, I can roll advantage, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Please.
You also lose Sanctuary.
It's a natural 20! God!
Cool.
On the first one, too! Not on the second one, but...
Awesome.
Okay, I'll roll the second
Yeah.
one. Okay, it's a 10. But natural 20.
Cool. Let's have it. You do lose Sanctuary, though.
That's fine. Fuck Sanctuary. It helped me, like, get rid of, like, 2 hits.
It did a little bit.
Okay.
Silvery Barbs. No, I'm joking.
Silver Barbs, Caelus. That'd be fucking incredible.
So how do you... Wait, how do we do crit damage again? It's like a full D8. Or like with full damage on the first one and then roll.
Yes, so yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. That's it. That's an 8. So that's gonna be full damage. Holy fuck.
That's 16.
Nice.
Please
Max
be enough.
damage.
Okay, so that's 16 plus 4
That's
plus
20.
2.
20 damage.
22.
That's 20 damage.
Or 22, yeah.
16 plus
Yes.
4 is 20
Yes.
plus 2, that's 22.
22.
Okay.
The 2 of which is radiant. But yeah, 22 damage. If only I had Divine Smite!
Yep.
If
So
only!
Well, tell me what this one looks like. As he's still kind of got you gripped
you still
by,
have a
by
bonus
the wing.
action. You can do another smite if you have another smite.
I don't have. I used all my spell slots.
It's also not a bonus action. As
Oh,
he
he only has like
just
Yeah,
confirmed.
it's a free.
3 spells.
I have 3 spell slots. I used all of them. One was bless, one was sanctuary, the other was smite. So as like he basically beat the fuck out of me. As I'm coming down, it's like a fake, like a kind of like a fake downtime in my attack. I'm gonna try to catch him off guard and kind of like upswing my sword, basically trying to get a slash up near his face, like right underneath his jaw.
Yeah, you do. You actually almost catch him across the throat. He's quick enough to just barely turn out of the way of getting his throat in the way of this, but you do catch him right across the front and actually up the face. You see there's blood that starts running down into his eye immediately. And anything else on your turn?
I do have a bonus action still, right?
I do believe so.
Okay, I'm gonna use a potion of healing. I'm gonna use a pot.
Okay.
Am I technically allowed to? Like, I don't know.
You'll find out.
Do I want to do that?
Do you think it's allowed? That's up to you.
Did you get the 7 healing I gave you?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
Fuck. No, I'm gonna wait on it. Okay.
You're gonna wait on it?
I'm gonna wait on it. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
That's the end. Oh, actually, I'm gonna go back up in the air. Because I'm gonna use my movement because I have movement. So.
Okay. And as you leave his range, he's gonna attack you.
Yep.
No, he actually misses that one. Okay.
And as I kind of fly back up into the air, I kind of like look at him. Can I gauge what kind of state he's in?
You've gotten 3 pretty hefty attacks on him. He's bleeding a lot. He still looks quite composed. You've definitely damaged him, to say the least. You also know he's been in 4 other fights tonight. He's hard to read, though.
Okay, and then I'm gonna stop it up there. Just gonna fly like 20 feet above him and just look down at him like this, with these like angel wings, and with this bright ass sword, and just look like this super menacing figure just above him.
Okay. Give me 1 second. That's not what I wanted to click. So Derek, it's technically your turn now.
Let me see. Hang on. Little spell. Subtle spell, healing word at 2nd level. That's 2d4.
Kind.
That sucked. 6 healing.
Better than nothing.
Okay. Is that all for you?
Yep.
Got it.
And this is what Derek did for Rowan when he was in a fighting pit.
Makes sense. Caelus, this time as you fly up, you turn around and there's a flash of motion as he runs up the stone side of the pit, launches himself off the top of it, and is essentially trying to grapple you midair.
What kind of Keanu Reeves Neo shit is this?
As he does it, I think Volkar is gonna just like hold up his amulet and then like point his pinky and suddenly try to cast Hold Person on him.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check. And what's the save on that?
Wisdom 13.
So that is 16 from him.
18
on the sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Okay. No one seems to catch this, and it does not seem to catch him either. So let me actually go ahead and roll that attack finally. Well, I guess actually this is Caelus. I need athletics check from you. Yeah.
Okay, this is something I'm good at.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I? Okay, wait. Is it just the athletic? Do I have any like bonuses to this, other than just the straight skill roll?
It's just a skill check, so.
I don't think so offhand. It's just a skill check.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then it's 21.
Okay, that is actually higher.
+6, baby. I'm a strong boy.
Yep. So tries to grapple you, is unable to, and as he begins to actually kind of slide off of you, he does manage to, with a 21, does manage to get a shot at you as he's kind of falling back. That is another shit damage. So only another 5, and I need another con save from you.
Yep.
And also a concentration check after that.
Okay. How much? Oh wait, con save?
Yep, con save first, and then concentration check
Okay.
after.
That one's only a 10.
You are stunned, my friend.
Oh fuck.
So give me that concentration check.
It's 19. Why couldn't that be my? Oh wait, no, I forgot to have my D4. No.
You do also have disadvantage though, because it's him.
Oh wait, on which?
On the concentration check.
Okay.
I forgot it on the first one, but that is the thing he
18.
does.
But in terms of for the stun, I do get to add the blast, right?
That's true.
Okay. So that would be a 10 plus 3, so 13, if that makes a difference.
It does. It's just enough.
Oh.
Good call. So not on that, and then what did you get on your concentration check?
I got a 19 and an 18 respectively.
19, 18. Okay, cool. That is enough.
Oh my god.
And
Thank goodness for remembering blast.
As he falls, you see he kind of grabs back onto the wall and just slides back down to the ground, pretty cleanly.
Fuck.
And Caelus, it's your turn.
This one's gonna be a bit more badass. As I'm kind of over him, my wings aren't gonna like disappear, but they're kind of gonna like fold in as I drop. With my blade like held down in like a piercing motion just above him, and I'm just gonna try to straight up like kind of like St. George and the Hydra that shit, you know?
Sure. Go ahead. He does have patient defense on those, so roll with disadvantage.
So it's 14 to 7. Okay, so 7 plus 4 plus. So 7 plus. That's a 4. Plus another 4. So 8 plus 7 is 15.
To hit?
Yeah, it's 15 hit.
Just enough. He's not wearing armor.
Holy fuck. Yeah, I don't know if he has like unarmored defense. Okay. So 7 plus 4 plus 2. So 2 radiant damage and then 11 slashing damage. Or piercing damage if that makes a difference if I'm trying to like, but that's just a weapon.
Okay, yeah. Doesn't probably not making a difference against a half-naked man. Okay. Yeah. Another one. Very successful. You are now right up in his face, and he kind of smiles at you, spits a bit of blood out on the ground next to the side.
And then as soon as I come down, I'm gonna pass back again.
Okay. Well, you know what's happening, so.
Yep. Opportunity.
What the fuck number is that? No, he misses. Yeah, I got a 13 on that one. How far back you going?
I think I traveled. Wait, that was the
20
beginning
feet
of my
up.
turn. Traveling. Yeah, so I was 20 feet up. So I probably go like another 10 feet back, just like gust away.
Copy that. Derek, any more cheating you want to do?
I feel so dishonorable. I think it's
You don't know. Yeah, you have no idea. It's me.
No, I don't know. I don't know at all.
You just miraculously gave the ability to cure yourself. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Healing word at 2nd level. I took pity.
You're going to die without it.
I mean, to be honest, yeah, I would have gone mirth if I didn't get this. Especially with those rolls.
I was gonna
Those
ask,
absurd rolls.
is this fight like to the death?
To be fair, I have rolled a lot of like under 5s in the last round. To be honest.
That's fair. That's fair. Which have also saved me a lot.
Yeah. What's he healing?
Yeah. You got a good 9.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
And I am not using more spells. I am almost tapped.
All right.
Okay.
He is gonna waste no time, and yeah, he's gonna rush right back in at you. First attack, he's actually just trying to shove you and knock you on the ground.
Athletics, I'm guessing.
As he charges forward. Yes, athletics.
That's unnatural 20. 14 plus 6.
Total?
Unnatural 20.
Oh, so. Unnatural. Okay.
So
yeah, you got a 23 on that. Or sorry, 21. Actually, yeah. Just one above you. I looked at the wrong scale for a second, but yeah, 21. Rushes over, and as soon as you stop moving, he just like spear tackles you onto the ground and just begins essentially trying to MMA ground pound you.
Yeah.
So.
Flex.
This eye is so weird. That's dirty 20.
That hits.
On the first. For 6 more. Con save, please.
Yep. How many? Like.
He's got some points.
Okay, plus.
He's got
4.
some points.
12 plus 4. So, yeah, that's
16. Sounds like.
No. It's 12 plus 2 plus 1.
Okay, so 15.
15.
Yeah, still enough. You've made all these.
Thank fucking God for blast, which I have to roll for concentration again.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
13.
Still good.
Bless is the real MVP here.
Bless is making a big difference here. And yeah, it's still up for a couple more rounds at least. So, yeah, he's gonna end his turn. Still technically, like on the ground on top of you, not actively grappling you. But you're both kind of, yeah, down there scrapping. And Caelus, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try and shove him off. Basically.
Okay. Athletics.
Is it possible? Is it possible to like shove him off while like can basically like push him onto the ground while I'm prone? Or am I prone technically?
You're technically prone, but he's already like mostly prone on top of you essentially. You could try to push him off to the side. Yeah.
Would that be my action? Yeah, that would be my.
That'd be your action. Yeah.
Actually, fuck it. I'm gonna try to escape with my wings if it's possible, and like push out from underneath him, like with the gust. If it's possible.
Like... Essentially, the difference would be acrobatics instead.
Okay.
But either way, it's contesting his athletics to hold on to you.
Okay. I'll just do athletics then. 17.
You got a 19. You're so again, you're not grappled by him or anything, but you try to push him off to the ground, and then he manages to keep himself sturdy there.
And that's my action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay. Okay. There's Wait.
What you doing?
It's a bonus action. Would it be possible if I could use the bottle of giant's urine?
What are you trying to do with it?
I'm trying to throw it in his face, like kind of like give him a little splash.
Sure. Yeah, you could do that.
How dishonorable.
Hey. I'm not sorry.
Everything about this has been very honorable, I assure you.
Yes.
So
Very.
he has to make a
Yeah,
DC 13 con save.
Con save. Let's do it here. 15.
Silvery barbs.
Okay. Okay, but that's it. Like
16.
Ah.
Yep.
That was with a shot.
As you take it out and you just splash it, or I imagine almost smash it across his face, he takes a sniff, looks at you confused, doesn't seem phased.
He is a Goliath.
How is he not? That's disgusting.
Caelus, advantage on next saving throw, attack roll, or check.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good.
And Derek.
I can't move, right? Because he has me.
Sure.
He basically has me pinned, right?
Yeah, without your check to get out of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, essentially where we're at with that.
All right.
Okay.
And I am out.
Just gonna keep trying to beat the shit out of you on the ground, essentially.
Yeah.
So first attack. No, only a 17. Second, we got 23.
Okay.
That's another 8.
Okay.
And he's actually looking pretty winded right now, to be honest.
Okay.
He's looking like he's digging pretty deep for this, but he has enough for a flurry of blows, and he's gonna go ahead and do it. And 22 on the first. And that's another 8. Let's try this last one. He does miss the last one though. Yeah, there's another 4 on that. Those of you watching, it's hard to tell what all is getting through, as there's just this insane blur of motion and strikes and just grunting, and Caelus seems to be blocking some, others seem to be getting through, and they are both just bloody as hell right now. More so Torborg because blades, but Caelus, it's your turn.
Jesus, this is still going on.
Oh my god.
They're both looking pretty fucking bad right now, to be honest.
I commend you.
Okay. I'm gonna do one last push to get him off me.
Okay.
And I could do this with advantage, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll yeah, you get that.
Can I choose to do it with advantage or not? Before or after? Does it have to be before?
I believe it specifies that you just get it on the next of those.
Oh, is it just like I have to use it?
And choose the chosen creature has advantage on their next attack roll. Yeah.
Yep, next.
Okay. So, it's 16. Alright, well 17 plus 6.
Yep.
So 23.
Yeah. You rolled higher. You got an 18. You push him off you. You scurry back a little bit.
Oh, fuck. Okay, and then I'm gonna fly up into the air. 30 feet.
Yep, he's gonna attack. Because of course he is. God, I hate this die. That is a 19. 12s are crazy on this thing. Just hits. That is another 8. I'm very consistently rolling those. As you go to fly up, and he just jumps up and just overhead punches you directly in the gut. You do manage to fly up though, and Caelus is looking wobbly right now. And it's not his turn anymore. It is Derek's turn though. So Derek, I believe you're tapped on spells. You said.
I am tapped on sorcery points.
Tapped on sorcery points, rather.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything though?
Nope, I can't. Not without risking anything.
All right. Caelus. As soon as you stop, you see his hand reaches down to his side, to a little pouch there, and he pulls out a dart swiftly and lobs it up in the air at you.
Wait, huh? I thought he was finished with his turn, no?
No, he attacked you when you moved. Unless, I guess you technically would have had a bonus action, actually. Because you pushed him off, you moved, he hit you once. That was on your turn that he hit you. Because you left his range.
Oh, it was on my turn.
It was on your turn. So then we had Derek, we're back to him. So unless, if you had a bonus action to do, let me know now, I'll give that to you.
I don't know. Is this a bonus action? Wait. Oh, fuck, it isn't. No, not gonna do anything.
The dart does hit. With the dirty 20. And, how many hit points are you at?
At 2.
I'm not even gonna roll for it. Caelus.
Yeah.
You fly up, retreating into the air. Wobbling. Those of you watching, Derek probably very nervous knowing that he's tapped and can't help. Swift movements. One little tiny glint of metal. Launched straight upward. Caelus. Maybe not even noticing it, maybe just noticing it too late to react. The last little bit of damage his body could sustain just catches you right mid-rib cage. There's this last piercing pain. You look down, you see a dart sticking out of you. And as you go to look back up, your vision blurs, and you feel your wings begin to falter. And as they retract and you fall, the rest of you see Torborg swiftly steps forward a couple feet, gets down on one knee, holds his arms out, and Caelus falls heavily into his arms, and he kind of grunts with it, breathing very heavily, just covered in blood, mostly from himself. Slowly lowers Caelus to the ground. Bows his head over Caelus's unmoving body. Stands up. And the crowd goes wild.
Yo, this
Fun
is
fact,
crazy.
he had 8 hit points.
I knew it! I knew it!
8. That was so close. And as he stands up,
I don't suppose Volkar can come like crashing over the.
you can try if you want.
I want Volkar to go in for like a run while casting a spiritual weapon at this fuck.
Why? I'm not gonna.
Okay. Volkar, you run forward.
Actually, no. I'm gonna use my amulet special ability that lets me switch places.
No, you couldn't have healed me for max hit points? No, you couldn't have done that?
I have to be touching you.
You have to be touching me? Fuck!
Oh, no.
So, you are further than 15 feet at the moment. You would have to run forward and do that, which you can certainly try to. But it is a 15-foot thing. And actually, he's not engaged in melee combat technically anymore. So unfortunately, not gonna work.
Yeah.
What is
Volkar's still gonna? Volkar's gonna like. He's not gonna like look threatening, but he's still gonna come in for his friend.
Yeah, absolutely. You're you can certainly do that. There's you see the same 2 individuals as earlier rush out and lean down, and one of them you see this glow comes from them, and Caelus, after just a few seconds of being unconscious, you come back with 11 hit points. And you feel like shit. And as your eyes open, you see the Goliath standing over you. And he reaches a large bloody hand down to you.
Oh, fuck, you big son of a bitch. Oh,
He
great.
grabs you, helps pick you up to the feet, and you both grunt horribly. And his other hand is still up in the air just for a second. The crowd is still going insane. The announcers are losing their fucking minds right now. And Volkar comes running down to the pit. Penny, actually, you see, has just... those of you who are watching, you were not expecting her to move nearly as quickly or confidently as she does. She just takes a few steps forward and just like essentially almost front flips down into the pit, lands on one knee, kind of rolls forward, definitely muddying up the dress right now, and kind of rushes over to Caelus' side right at the same moment that Volkar gets there. But as you're standing up, Torborg just looks you right in the eyes, nods his head, puts his hands in front, smiles a little bit.
Smile and just like give him the finger. It's a bit, just a little bit. It's a small finger, but like I'm giving him a smile. It's like
a little crooked because he landed on it.
Yeah, exactly.
And he nods his head one more time slowly, and he turns and silently walks off. And Penny comes rushing over at this moment. She looks at your horrible, crooked fucking finger and your beat-ass hand and everything else. And she just...
I'll ask, I was like, you mind?
She puts one hand on the side of your face, leans in to kiss you, and right before your lips would contact, she just snaps your finger back in place.
You son of a... You know what I got?
Well,
sorry about the money. That's probably not going to come by now.
It's all right. Glad you're alive.
It was with the show.
It was. I'll let you talk to your friends for a little bit, but if you want to forget about the events of tonight, sir,
I
maybe find some inspiration to come back for a rematch.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. I might take you up on that. But
I'll linger.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah. And she pats you on the cheek softly, turns, looks at Volkar, and right as she's out of view of Caelus, just kind of lifts an eyebrow and cocks her head and smiles at you and makes her way back up to the bleachers. Milo. You finally arrive after your long, sad, confused walk, looking as bad as Caelus practically. And I'd say as you're pulling back up, you see a good bit of the people are leaving from the stands, heading back out into the streets. And as you, unless you don't want to go all the way in, essentially you would be walking in at this moment as Penny is leaving, and you see a super bloody Caelus looking defeated.
I'm just gonna walk up to the group. There, or is it just Caelus?
Volkar's right next to him. The rest are pretty close nearby, in the stands, unless you hop down.
I'd like to reconvene. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say they're all gathered up right now in the pit, which is bloody as hell.
Okay, I'm just gonna jump in and be like, "Dang, you two, huh?"
And Milo hops down and looks like hell.
Someone's having the exact same night.
What happened to you? Did you bet on this?
Did someone like me that he probably tried to rob somebody here?
How much do you owe now?
Figure that out after.
Oh shit.
I pull out his wrist and I look to see if there's a new arm banglet on there.
Another stamp.
You weren't arrested.
Where have you been?
I'm gonna just pull out the bag of platinum I have and just flunk it around.
Hey, I mean,
you bet it against Caelus?
Wow. I feel betrayed.
I'm just gonna laugh it off, and just we can figure this out.
Yeah.
We leave here.
And I'll actually kind of look at Volkar, and I'll say, "So, how'd I do?"
I think you almost killed him.
It's worth a try.
Yeah, but
so close.
Almost doesn't actually, win or count in any way. But you tried.
I did try. Damn, you are a tough critic, I must say.
I have to say, I am amazed by the amount of punishment your face can take.
I was about to say, I didn't believe I had that in me either. I don't know.
I think I'll smack Caelus hard on the shoulder and just give him another cure wounds. I was like, you put up a good fight. It was very close.
I'm like touching his face, like the swollen face, like.
Can you
and that's a full cure wounds, by the way.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yep.
Which is how much?
That's what's it called? It's a D. Sorry, I'll do it at level 2. So that's 19 points of damage healed to you.
Theron.
This D4 is going in jail. That's the one that kept rolling ones.
Amidst all of this, you hear the familiar voice of Lulu in your head, which is not normally a thing she does. Theron, dear, I apologize for the late notice. Please come back in the morning. I've got information for Volkar.
I'll turn to Volkar and say, I think Lulu has something for us.
That woman continues to impress me.
Do you mind if I tag along?
Sure. We'll go see her in the morning.
I'm just gonna lie here. Don't worry about me.
Best tea I have ever had.
She also made that snacks I brought the last time. Yeah.
I have to meet her.
Oh, welcome to come. Just don't talk to BW again, please.
Not
Who is
whatever
BW?
do not mention the pig.
Pig's got it.
It is a slippery slope that goes down into a mountain of.
I do not want to cast detect thoughts on him.
Exactly. There are some things man was not meant to know about pigs.
I want to know what's going on in that head.
Well,
all
Caelus,
right,
is this,
I'm dragging Caelus. What I assume is Caelus is like almost unconscious, semi-conscious body.
I'm awake now.
Yeah, he was
helped me for quite a. Yeah,
He's
you guys
doing
helped me for
alright.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
Go get
everything you expected?
It wasn't bad.
You get out a lot of that rage that you've been feeling.
To be honest, I actually got quite a bit of it out. But I think I
You
didn't
lasted for much longer than the other people thought.
Dwarf,
Yeah.
I lasted much longer than I thought.
that little paste on the
amazing.
wall that is that used to be the dwarf.
Yeah, I guess.
They don't do these fighting pit things where I'm from. How often do they do this here?
I don't know. I'm not exactly the most experienced with the fighting pits, so.
Yeah, clearly.
This is a forge.
did
Would
well
Derek
for
know
first
how
time.
often these fighting pits
That was somewhat underhanded.
Or at least
but okay.
rumors?
I guess by proxy of Rowan and having been in the city, Derek actually probably would know. In fact, you've likely been here before now that I think about that tie-in. It depends on the time of year. Definitely in the summer, it's pretty active. At least 2 or 3 times a week, there'll be people here. But usually once or twice a month, there's something like this going down. And sometimes random people will just decide to go settle their problems here when it's not in use, and yeah, that'll happen sometimes. But yeah, it's not super rare.
Good thing it wasn't to the death. That would have been very bad.
Yeah.
Nah. I don't think I would have died, but to be
a certain amount of
honest,
sportsmanship.
yeah. I mean, I pull out a health potion and I was like, I didn't use one of these for a reason. I wasn't gonna do that. That would have been cheating. Then I put it away.
It's been terrible to cheat.
Yeah, terrible.
So, are you all, what are you doing?
They can all make their way back. I'll join up with Penny for a bit.
Okay. So.
Oh, you win some, you lose some. I'm not sure if he's going to go win some or lose some right now.
Unless anyone else cares to stick around at the moment, I assume you all start heading your ways. Caelus obviously heads over to Penny, and Caelus, as they all walk away and you turn to go meet up with Penny, you hear, Riffensbane.
Yeah.
You turn and you see Torborg walking back in. Now that the crowd's cleared out, he's walking a lot less assuredly of himself. He looks pretty bad. He does not look like anyone's healed him at all. For whatever reason that might be.
And you know what I'm gonna do? As he walks up to me, I'm gonna hold out my hand, for a good old handshake.
Okay. He accepts it.
And he accepts my hands, and I'm gonna use healing hands, which is the ASMR action. And I'm gonna heal him 4 hit points. Not a lot, but it's the best I can do right now.
He smiles a little bit and looks down at your hand for a moment. Well fought.
Good fight. It wasn't exactly in my favor, but I appreciate the good thrashing now and then. So
as do I.
Yeah. I caught you a couple good times.
That you did. Not many worthy opponents tonight. In fact, none others.
Well, that's quite flattering. But you take care of yourself. And I kind of like nod my head back to the schmexy half-orc, probably a couple paces behind me.
He smirks a little bit, and his eyes just flick over for like half a second.
Yeah. Well,
I hope I see you again. Maybe next time God will shine on you.
Yeah, maybe not this day. He didn't, but yeah, maybe next time. But I will see you then, and maybe
fortune favors the bold, so
tell your angry friend I'd like to fight him too.
100%. He'll probably want to get at it too, so don't you worry about it.
I'm coming back next time.
And he just
bracelet lets me hear whatever is happening.
He nods. Eyes flick back to Penny. Nods at her as well. And he turns and walks his way out.
Mm-hmm.
And as you turn and look back, you see Penny is just sitting dramatically, kind of arms splayed out behind her on the bleachers. She just slow claps for you a couple times.
I kind of I'll point back to the reach, like the district. I say, I think it's time for a drink, huh?
Yeah, you look like shit.
Yeah, I look like absolute piss. Let's go.
Need me to carry you?
I'm not there yet. Come on.
All right, I'll give it a couple hours. And she hooks her arm or her elbow in yours and begins walking arm in arm with your
I still have like a slight
however
limp.
you're feeling.
I have a slight limp.
Yeah, definitely. You still look pretty bad, even though you feel better. A little bit, as good as you can feel right now.
Yeah, it's good.
And as the two of you head back north to the Reach, for whatever your evening will entail, the rest of you Where are you headed? Back to the crowbar, the usual?
Back to the crowbar.
Okay.
And I am so tired. I feel like I cast a whole bunch of spells for some reason.
But as you all head out there, Derek tired,
Did Derek
Milo
actually
looking like
say
shit.
that?
I guess, did you say that?
Yes.
I'm gonna insight check him.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Genuine curiosity.
So I guess deception versus insight. We'll take this.
Yeah.
Put my fucking dice away, so we're just gonna roll this bitch. It's 16.
Oh. That's no fun. I rolled a natural 17.
Oh, that's even slightly above Volkar's passive insight as well.
Yeah. But plus I have a +6 to deception.
Okay, wow, yeah.
I learned some things about Derek.
It's been a late night, man.
Yeah,
So,
thank you for it.
Okay, but as you all head back to your respective drinking places, I think that's a good point to end the episode on.
Damn.
So
that's a gnarly fight.
Yeah.
That was insane. I thought you were gonna win. I was like, this next round decides everything. That was very close.
But to be honest, I think it ended off perfectly. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that I lost just from that like little one dink.
Yeah.
I think that ended up.
I was thinking about the situation. I looked and I was like, damn, this guy's got darts. It's like, yeah, it has to be this way. It has to.
It's like it went so like crazy. So like haymaker one after another, and then to end it on just like the most dink, and then
I should have saved that last silvery barbs.
I think you did a lot. He was out of key points right there too. He was out at like everything right there. So that was insanity.
Yeah, I was about to say if I had one more round, I may have been able to like clinch it.
I was very likely, but thank you everyone for watching and listening. This was insanity, and we'll see you next week and see what other dumb shit we get up to, I guess. So again, shout out to Casey. He will he'll be present in some other stuff on the channel, as I was saying. He's actually going to be running another game that we'll be streaming pretty soon. So I love Clink. I hope he comes back. And yeah,
I hope Mikey breaks into more houses.
We will see you all next week.